Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Hollywood After Dark. Today, of course, is January 23rd, 2023. Tonight, we're going to be talking about one of the things I never thought I'd ever can say, but M&Ms have joined the culture war? What is going on with that, folks? No freaking idea, but I got some thoughts. We're going to be talking about the Razzies, how crazy those particular nominations are leading up to the Oscars tomorrow, and Violent Night 2. Already in the works, folks. Give me some David Harbour rocking that sledgy, taking out some bad guys. Hollywood After Dark, folks. Let's fucking go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. It's a little later tonight. I apologize for being later. I was actually watching and reviewing The Mist for this Wednesday's episode of Patio Commentary. Like I said, here is the lineup for the month. We had Oblivion, good movie. Battle LA, good movie. Prisoners, fantastic movie. And The Mist is, oh my God, I'm still thinking about that ending. But that's took me so long because it's like about 50 minutes of me talking about the movie. So that's something that's going to be a lot of fun for those of you out there who are actually enjoying it. But joining me tonight as a person who hasn't been here in a while, so he's going to help me break down today's events. We're going to be talking to Chris, the bipolar Jedi, who is now actually on camera.
Like, yeah, I got the new camera. I moved in finally to the new house, and
nice.
I thought everybody else is doing it. Why can't I? I'll be cynical.
You're like, I'll be cynical and be on camera, you motherfuckers. No, it's definitely a good-looking setup for you there. I like the Breath of the Wild poster up in the back, the Star Wars, the Atari, and Legos. Your room looks like the kind of room from a person who doesn't get laid.
Yeah, so, I know. You would think, right?
You would think, right?
But I'm pathetic. I'm a pathetic loser. I never get girls.
That's always how it goes. Took me forever too, buddy, but you'll get there. You'll get there.
You like the B-Wing?
The B-Wing's good, man. Yeah, there's not a lot of B-Wing love out there.
Oh, dude, it's my favorite one. I mean, after the Falcon,
but I mean, there's really like not a lot of B-Wing love. Like, there's a whole episode in Star Wars Rebels like dedicated to like the origin of the B-Wing, and it's a good episode. You're like, oh yeah, they're trying to,
I've watched all that. I can't.
It's in season 1. It's in season 1. Yeah, it's literally about like the origin of the B-Wing because like they need something that can get around the Empire's defenses and everything else. And it's like when you're watching.
I just remember seeing it as a kid for the first time in Jedi, going, "Whoa, what one's that? What's that one called?" Remember, because you didn't really see them a lot. They were just there, and I was like, "What is that?" And even the little wings went, and I'm like, "What ship is that?" And then I found the old Lego run from the '90s when they brought them back for a while.
Oh yeah.
We had that big Star Wars drought where we didn't get nothing.
Yeah, kids today, man. Kids
have no idea.
Yeah, they have no idea. They're just like,
jump out on Amazon.
I gotta wait. Yeah, I gotta wait 6 weeks to watch this fucking thing.
We had to go through the Sears catalog, all sorts of shit. Pick out what you wanted as a kid.
you're like, all right, man. I want to go and get this toy. Well, where do I get it? It's at the Toys R Us across town. Fuck.
Yeah, and the Breath of the Wild, that was Billy's. There's some stuff over there too. Like I got on my posters over there, but there's some Zelda stuff over there too. And I was never a Zelda guy, but Billy was, so I was like, I'll hang that Zelda stuff, And then those Lord of the Rings cups, I've had those since 2001 when they remember Burger King, the goblets.
Oh yeah,
those. I'm missing one. It broke. But
I gotta go find. It's somewhere. I don't even know if I have it anymore. My parents probably threw it away, but. The Batman Forever crystal mugs from McDonald's. You can get them on eBay
for cool too. Yeah,
you can get the collection like not bad of a price. To be fair, it's not like the Talk Boy, which is like going for $5,000 right now. As I've learned this week, if you've been following any kind of political drama, there's been a little bit of. Well, there's been some stuff going on with like conservative YouTubers and everything else. And what's really funny about
I know
that,
who you're talking about. Yeah, that's
like,
funny shit.
Crowder like pulls out a Talk Boy to like play maybe illegally recorded conversation. Yeah. And what's funny about that is he goes, "Oh man, Talk Boys are like $5,000 a piece now. So this is a really expensive gag." And I'm just like, you live in a whole other world. If you're like, yeah, we dropped $5,000 to be able to do this like really cheap gag all about a contract
funny.
paying out $50 million.
Yeah, it's funny to hear them, talk about money, like, and then talk. I love hearing people, and I don't hate Steven. Not really a fan. I think his comedy is kind of cringe, but I will say this. I think it shows how out of touch you are to tell everybody else how out of touch they are when you're talking about spending that kind of money to record a phone call.
Yeah. Yeah.
$5,000 is for somebody that's 6 house payments, that's money. That's half a car.
That's when you know you've made it. You know you have money when you're just like, oh yeah, I just blew like, what are you, Mr. fucking Beast? Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
it's a whole other world to live in.
And then the Shapiro thing, it jumped up with Shapiro, and then I saw like who I do like. I can't help it. I do like Nicole Arbor. I think she's. I think you
like parts of Nicole Arbor.
I think she speaks a lot of truth. I just don't know if like all this shit she's saying right now is true. Like I don't know.
Her shit now. Okay, so like I don't like the whole like dear fat people thing was really funny a couple years ago.
Yeah,
as a rotund American, I thought it was pretty entertaining because everyone just got mad. And I think I'm at a point now where like it's funny to watch both sides just get triggered.
Yeah,
but I forgot that I subbed to Nicole, and recently she tried like she's selling either like a weight loss program or some kind of like coaching program. Oh no, because she got like she got injured, I think, or something. I know. I watched her video and I went like, oh girl, hell no. Like, I'm sorry, like stick to your lane. Like this is where, people like this is when, people who do commentary on YouTube are in the position of like realizing that certain elements of it are drying up and they're like, I need to find an alternative moneymaker. Let me sell you supplements, a diet plan. I don't know, like I'll farm crystals from like the Dollar Tree.
Here's these meals that come straight to your house because of COVID, which like, I've seen it all, dude. Like the beef she had with Candace Owens, I was like, what the fuck? But and then the shit with because I used to watch Upchurch when he was like monster truck guy. You know what I mean? Like, hey, check out the muscle cars. And
I'm familiar with the name, but I'm not too familiar with the person, to be honest.
Apparently
with you.
He's stalking her. Like I don't know.
I mean, like, listen,
all this
like
political theater has become so.
Yeah, how can you sit there? How can you sit there and be like, someone's stalking me on the internet? Like, you're on the internet. Like, I don't know. People. With her. Oh, he's living with her?
Yeah, he was living with her in her spare room, and I think they were like getting down a little bit. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, he's a stalker.
See, this is what happens when I just want to start talking about like movies. Like, I literally have no idea. Like, I was catching up yesterday with some drama on some other shit. And people like, how do you not know about this? I'm like, I just haven't been paying attention.
Sometimes you just got to unplug and go off the grid for a while.
I've been balls deep in Chat GTP, having a ball. You know what I mean? Having a blast with that, right? I mean, it's so weird to be like, oh my god, artificial intelligence writing me things is fantastic, but it's a great tool. Actually, HBart's here.
Tweet something.
Well, check this out. Actually,
or something. Yeah.
HBart's here says for 5. Thank you, buddy. And I did see Garrick and your other guys, the supers. We'll get to that here in a second. So what do you think of the pic of Chat GTP talking like Ben Shapiro? I'll show you guys what this is. So HBart sent me this earlier or last night or whatever. And it's I don't know if he did this or if somebody else did this. But one of the cool things about Chat GTP is and I feel like I'm such a spokesperson for fucking AI here, but one of the cool things about it is you can tell it like, hey, do this in the voice of this person, right? If it's like a known person or whatever. So here we go. We got this one here, right? This is explain what Chat GTP is in the style of a triggered Ben Shapiro. So just imagine, I'm going to read this, but just imagine this in the voice of Ben Shapiro. Okay. Listen up, folks. I'm here to tell you about the so-called Chat GTP. Let me tell you, it's nothing more than a liberal hoax, a tool of the left to push their agenda and make us all think that machines can actually understand human language. Chat GTP is a machine learning model trained on a massive data set of text that you can generate human-like responses to prompts. But let me tell you, it's not actually understanding anything. It's just spitting out pre-programmed responses based on patterns it's seen in data. It's a far cry from true intelligence. I mean, like, hold on. Don't even get me started on the idea that machines can have style or personality. This is a load of politically correct nonsense. Machines don't actually have feelings or belief, or trying to attribute human characteristics to them is just an attempt to dehumanize us all. So, folks, don't be fooled by the left's lies about ChatGPT. It's I'm reading. I can't do his voice, but I can't do his voice, but it's really funny. Remember, real intelligence comes from hard work and critical thinking, not from a machine, which is entirely true, by the way. It is entirely true that critical thinking does come from that. We need to rely on that more. But what I love about this AI is just how fucking stupid fun it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's really dumb. That's really
how it starts, man. I'm just saying. I want you to know that's how. So Skynet.
Skynet's like right
jokes. Systems model 101/T800. You don't want that in your life, so you might want to stop.
I don't think it's that bad, to be honest with you. Yeah. But like, you know, it's never gonna, like, here's the thing, is like it's you know, I mean, where we are with it now, like AI, I mean, we already have AI. Like, AI already exists. Like, do you use Siri or, like, you know, on or the Google equivalent of like asking it a question? That's
okay. I'll give you that, but that's algorithmic. That's
algorithmic.
This AI, you know?
Yeah. Well, this is. I mean, if you're like, you know, today I was all like, I'm not even. You guys are gonna laugh your ass off with this. I'm in my car. I'm driving home my kids from school, and I start thinking of like like a song in my head, and I cannot think of the name, right? And like, I'm just gonna hum it for you, and you're gonna know what it is, and you're gonna think I'm a fucking idiot. But I couldn't for the life of me think of it this morning. It was, you know, like dun dun dun, you know, it's, I can't do it. It's fucking Metallica. Okay, it's Master.
I was gonna say it sounds. I was just getting ready to say it sounds like the beginning of a Metallica song.
You're right. Yeah. Well, I knew it was Metallica. I knew it was Metallica in my brain, but I couldn't isolate the track. I couldn't think it out. So I just hit the little button on my phone, and I was like, what song is this? You know? And then it's like, hum it. And I hummed it, and it was all like, oh, Metallica, Master of Puppets. And I'm like, I'm an idiot. You know, I'm a moron, because I'm thinking to myself, like, I should know this. I should absolutely know.
And it's probably the greatest Metallica album of all time. It's not my favorite. Everyone says it's the greatest thrash album, and everyone then you got the people like, oh, the Black Album's their masterpiece. No, and Justice for All was their masterpiece.
I'll agree with you. I love Black Album, though. I do love Black Album.
It too. They matured as a band.
But it's kind of, the Black Album felt like their most commercial album, kind of like Green Day and Dookie. You know, like, because that was their first studio album.
Band for that, though, you know what I mean? It's not the band's fault that everybody loved it. It was your sellouts. What are you talking about? And Justice for All and the Black Album went hand in hand. They were very political. They were very spiritual. The God That Failed touches on like Scientology and the fact that his mom was, you know, died from a curable disease. You know, shit like there's deep shit in those two albums, man. I feel like, and Justice for All was their masterpiece, and the Black Album was where they actually matured as a band, and everybody called them sellouts. Like, Dookie's a great album. I'm sorry if people think that, oh, it's so pseudo punk. Stop it. It's just music, man. They're good albums.
It's no, I mean, like, I you know, I would argue that like Dookie was probably, I think, Green Day's best album up until American Idiot.
Right.
And it's not to say that their other albums aren't good. Like, their other albums aren't good, but like Dookie and American Idiot just hit.
Yeah, those are the ones.
Like, those just hit. You know, and like I was talking about it with like my kid today, where, you know, and I was bringing it up, and I'm just like, I remember when I was, you know, there's what was it? Yesterday, my girlfriend was like listening to like Linkin Park and like Green Day mix on YouTube and whatever. And we're kind of laughing because, like, you know, we're in our 40s now, and these came out when we were way younger. And like my youngest or my eldest daughter, we're talking about Green Day today. I was like, oh yeah, like, well, you know, mommy was listening to Green Day yesterday, and that album came out when I was like a teenager. And I listened to it like nonstop for months, you know? And so it's like, you're going to get to that point with music that you like, because she really likes that blippy song Excavator. So I hear it all the time.
I remember that in 94. Because I had just come, it was 95. I paroled in the end of 94, right before Christmas. I come home in 95, and Tool, Undertow, Dookie, Deliverance by Corrosion of Conformity, and Korn. That's all I played.
Oh yeah. I mean, I tell the story.
Vitalogy.
I tell this story every once in a while. People always give me shit for it. When I was learning to drive, I was paranoid, right? Like, I was so paranoid when I was learning to drive. And I was 15. My mom was trying to teach me. She's like the worst driver instructor ever, right? My mom is that, like, if you ever like tap the brake too hard, she just right? Does that grasp, like, whatever. And I fucking hate that. I'm paranoid. Every time I hear it, it throws me off, right? It's like this, like I have PTSD from my mom doing it. So now when she's in the car with me, I just fuck with her. I just tap the brakes a little bit too fast just to fuck with her. I'm all like, payback, woman. I love you. You're the reason why I can't drive stick.
But
anyway. Yeah. So I was nervous when I was a teenager, right? But you know what? So I listened to the radio and a song came on that happened to kind of calm me down a little bit, And do you know what song that was?
I'm trying to think. Well, what year was it?
This is 1997.
97. What was big in 97? Marilyn Manson was big in 97. Robin was big in 97.
Yeah, we're not talking rock. We're going to go over to more of a pop era type thing, right? Maybe a particular type of band with 5 girls in it.
Oh, that's right. You're a Spice Boy.
I'm a Spice Boy, baby. Yeah, it was fucking Wannabe. It was Wannabe. It's like, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. And I was all like, yeah. And it just kind of calmed me down well enough, right? So I went out, bought the album, tossed it in the car, listened to the album constantly. Got the Spice World soundtrack. That we had like a 7-disc changer in the back of our Ford Taurus back then. And
that was big time back then, though. That was big shit.
Yeah, man. Like I love Spice Girls. So I'm a huge Spice Girl fan.
I'm talking about having 7 CDs in your trunk. That was big shit back then. That was big shit.
Do you want to hear the most fucked up part about that? And then we'll get into some of the news and shit. But the funniest thing about that is when we moved from Portland to San Diego, I was going to drive the Ford Taurus, right? My stepdad, my mom, and the kids were going to be in the truck, and I was going to be driving the car. And so I'm like, all right, great, cool, man. Like, I'll just load up. I have all my CDs. I've got my, I'll have the disc changer in the back. I'll have like a bunch of cigarettes. I'll be good. Except they packed our house. The Beacons came on in because we were being relocated because of my stepdad's job. So Beacons came in and packed my room when I was at school, and I had left the 7-disc changer on my bed because I was loading it up. And they packed the disc changer.
Oh, so you had no music.
So I had to
up front. That's it.
So all I had was a boombox, right? And so I put the boombox like in the passenger seat that was running off of like fucking C or D batteries or whatever. And that's what I would listen. That's what I listened to on the drive down to California, which I thought was really funny. But I was pissed because, the thing was running low on batteries and whatnot. And I felt bad because my brother and sister like occasionally rode with me in the car, and I'm sitting there listening to like Eminem and like Mystical.
That's funny though, the Spice Girls thing, because my little brother Jeff, the middle one, he had a really nice muscle car. You know how on the Strip they all park their cars and you drive down Broadway or whatever it is, and they all got their muscle car. Okay, well but he had the speakers. Remember the old 6x9 Alpines with the magnets on them that you could see anything?
Yeah.
He would stick those on the hood of the car and drive through like all the metal guys and stuff. And he would play that Spice Girls song Wannabe. And he would take those speakers out and stick them on his hood like magnets and drive around with that and just piss everybody off. But no one was going to mess with him, But it was, my brother's a Spice Boy too. I don't know what is with you two, but whatever.
Man, listen, Ginger Spice is where it's at, dog. Ginger and baby. All right. It's where it's at. Even Mel C on a rough day, I guess, on a lonely day.
I always thought the only pretty one I ever thought was pretty was the one David Beckham married. Posh?
What? No, Posh, don't get me wrong. Posh is hot, but there's not much there with Victoria Beckham. There's not much. And I know that sounds mean to say, but I feel like there was no real, she was a backup singer is what she was. She was part of the team, but she was a backup singer. Even when I saw them in concert 15 years ago, when they did their first reunion, like Mel C even performed her song, Turn to You, which is such a good song. And she performed that live. But like everyone did their own little, like they did their own solo. Like Posh didn't really do anything because like what did she did? She married David Beckham, and that was really about
what she did. I read her book, Ginger Spice. What's her real name?
Jerry Halliwell.
Jerry Halliwell. I read her book, and it was good. And she was talking about how it was just crazy. It was a crazy book. Like she was trying to lose weight because she always struggled with her weight, so she took up swimming. But then swimming gave her too much side boob muscle. So she had to stop swimming because she didn't look right in her outfits. It's a crazy book, man. And I'm just like, these are your problems.
Oh, I remember when I was like 15 or 16 or whatever, when her nudes appeared in Playboy.
Yeah.
And I wasn't old enough to buy a book, but I had a copy of it. I found Life Finds a Way. Right. Life finds a way. I mean, like, I just know I really like them, and that helped me get through everything when it came to driving. But it's funny you mentioned how your brother would do that with the speakers. One time I was at a pool hall in San Diego, and I just wanted to fuck with everybody, right? So I went over to the jukebox and I'm looking through what they had there. And for some reason, they had the "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" soundtrack. I and the constant song. Yeah, right. So I go and I
great movie.
It's a great fucking film. It's a good song too, or it's a good bluegrass song, right? It's a great track. And I go and I play it, right? So just all of a sudden, you know, but I front loaded it with like fucking like Linkin Park. Right,
stuck in the mix. Oh no.
So I picked like 4 tracks and I front loaded it with Linkin Park, you know, and everyone's all like, yeah, because this was like the, you know, edgy mid 2000s, I guess.
Oh, they were so different. They were so different, bro. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And then all of a sudden you just start hearing like, I am the man in a constant sorrow, and I seen trouble all my days. And all of a sudden, like you start seeing all these players like just like their heads pop up and look over at the jukebox.
Who did that?
Like, who in the fuck? And it was funny because it fucked all their games up, because there's no like, you can't get like much of a rhythm. It just throws you off when you're not expecting it. And I was actually at that time I was playing and it fucked my game up too. So everyone had a bad night doing that, and no one knew that it was me. No one knew that it was me.
Yeah, there's this great bar in the city where I live. It's not St. Louis, but it's close to St. Louis, and they've got "Don't Stop Believing" on the jukebox. And every time somebody plays it, the minute it starts, everybody slams their shot glass or their beer on the table, and they put it up in the air and they scream "Tony Soprano" and they drink. Every time that song comes on, dude.
I mean, that's a good way to go.
The way it ended, you know. That's
yeah. Oh yeah. No, I get it. I just think it's funny. It's like, that's so weird that song's associated. Like, that song has been around for so long and so many ways.
So you'd be surprised how many people I know that haven't watched The Sopranos, or were just like, I couldn't get into it. I mean,
I've never watched
television show of all time.
I've never. I watched like part of the first season, I think, but I was younger when it came out, so I didn't like. It was slow for me. Now I'm a bit different, where I'm like watching, you know, I'm watching The Whale, right? 5 people. It's a play, basically. It actually was a play that they adapted into a movie, and I'm just like,
I love stuff like that.
Like more smaller, like the thing, even
or tape, because it's all character driven.
That's like The Mist. The Mist is all character driven. You know, because you can't see
those movies so good, man.
And the character work and everything else, the dialogue is really good. You just get sucked into these like personal drama, and that's what I really
and John Carpenter always said the most simple, the best formula for a good movie is so simple, but it comes out so good. We're in there, and they're out there.
Pretty much,
that's what it is. You know, like that's what The Thing was. That's what, you know, Escape from New York was. That's what that's what Assault on Precinct 13 was. At the very core, we're stuck in here, and they're trying to get in. You know,
I'll tell you this though about Escape from New York, and I'm not criticizing it. That movie is goddamn fucking amazing. But I'm so glad that whatever remake they're planning on doing, it keeps getting delayed. Like, don't touch it.
Yeah, I'm the same way with The Crow. Just leave it alone, man. You know,
I wanted to see what Momoa would have been like as the Crow.
Momoa, this new guy, Skarsgård. I liked him in Barbarian, though, man. He was really
also good. He was also good as Pennywise.
Yeah, he was great as Pennywise.
So, you know, I
don't want the Crow to sound like Georgie. We all float down here. I don't want the Crow to sound like that.
No, he's not gonna do that. You're gonna be okay. Don't worry. All right, there are some super chats to get to that have been piling up. Sorry, guys, we've been having a fun conversation.
Every time I come in here, I sidetrack them, guys.
No, it's all right. No, everyone here, no, they enjoy the good combos. Garrick for $2 says we should check out the Razzie noms. Ashley, Garrick, we are going to. So that will be coming up here in a few. Thank you for that. Also, Garrick here for $5 says, I finally watched Morbius. I see it becoming a guilty pleasure material. Seeing Matt Smith dance with the vampire face was hysterical. That's right. It's Morbin time, dude.
It's not a bad movie.
It's not a terrible movie. It's better than the Venom movies.
There's no cohesion, Maddie. It doesn't connect to anything, and that's why no one's going to ever, you know what I mean? You can't have more, but you got to have Spider-Man in that universe. That's what.
Well,
that's
I mean, like they lied about it with the marketing, and trust me, like Sony is not against lying in the marketing. There's actually John Campea put out a video recently. I just saw the headline of it about Sony and like like it's a fake critic or whatever, which is an old story from early 2000s, like the 2004, 2005, 2006, where Sony's marketing team invented a critic and put his name and blurbs from his review on posters and on movie ads.
And he's completely artificial.
And he's completely made up, right?
Wow.
And they got called out hard for that, but like, you know, like no one ever gave a fuck. Like there's no ethics and marketing division of Hollywood. They're like, look, we just need to put a blurb on there in order to be able to like, you know, get people to go, oh, someone else likes this movie. Maybe I'll like it too. It's like when I went to go see the Whale, and beforehand they had like a thing, Perry Nemiroff from Collider. They had a little like 60-second segment with her that was shot like either on a cell phone or a webcam with like a single lighting source. It looks terrible upscaled for a movie theater. And I'm like, why? For one, why the fuck is like no one here is gonna know who Perry Nemiroff is. Like I know who she is because unfortunately, like I'm dialed in on this bullshit. But like no one else here, like the old guy next to me that's here for the movie is not gonna know Perry's Corner or whatever the fuck they were calling it. And I'm like, I just leaned over to my girlfriend, I'm like, you know what I heard is that she goes to every premiere sloshed to shit. Because that's what I've heard.
I remember wanting to see Fanboys so bad. And I watched it and I did not know this guy they were talking about. I had no idea that the dude that was beaten up, the big guy with the beard and everything.
Oh, you didn't know that Harry Knowles?
I had no idea who Harry Knowles was. I wasn't plugged into the internet then.
Oh, yeah. Ethan Suplee as Harry Knowles was fantastic.
Have you seen him now?
Dude. I know, right? Like I look at Ethan Suplee from like the 90s. By the way,
American History X. Go look.
Yeah, not only go a few years down the road from that. Go to because I've got the Podio Commentary Twitter account now. And one of the things I'm doing is I'm trying to like rip off other popular movie accounts by just like posting screenshots. It's at Podio Commentary. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
And so I looked up today. You can actually look up movie birthdays. I found this out today. I looked this up. I'm like, what movies came out on January 23rd? Whatever. And I'm looking it up. And not only did Casablanca premiere today in 1943, 80 years ago, Casablanca is 80 years old today. And like there was like no article talking about the 80th anniversary of Casablanca. And I'm like, maybe I should write that article because for one, fuck you, Casablanca is an amazing movie.
It's an incredible movie.
It's
one of the greatest movies of all time.
It absolutely is. It's the 80th anniversary of Casablanca. Like no one gives a shit. But it's also the 18th anniversary or the 19th anniversary of Ashton Kutcher's The Butterfly Effect.
Dude.
Which is such a weird, twisted movie, and I didn't know about that, so I got a bunch of screenshots.
Oasis song at the end.
Which Oasis song?
The "Stop Crying Your Heart Out" when he sees her on the street and he ignores her.
I gotta watch it again, man. It's been so long.
Oh, it's an Oasis.
Just Eric Stoltz is like the pedo guy. The pedo guy is like that was fucking
so
freaky.
Crazy. That's so
that movie
is so good.
It feels like that movie feels like a fucking like it's like Fincher inspired. I know Seven plays a part in the movie at one point, but it's just like you've got like Eldon Knudsen or whatever, the Foggy from
there was even the crazy prison scene. Just nuts, man.
But the butter. Well, they spawned a couple of sequels. The Butterfly Effect spawned some sequels and stuff. But that's now 19 years old, and tomorrow is the 21st or 20th anniversary, I forget, of Chicago, or maybe it's like 19th anniversary of Chicago. With Renee Zellweger, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, that one was huge.
That's a great fucking movie too. And it's like
I used to think I wasn't a musical guy. Then I started sitting back and I'm going,
yeah,
okay, I like The Greatest Showman. I like both Grease movies, man. I really like Rock of Ages, man. Sweeney Todd was good. And then I just started going across the universe. That was all Beatles. I love that one.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, holy shit, I think I do like musicals, Well,
I'm going to tell you, I'm definitely biased on this one, but I will say this. Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny is probably one of the better ones.
Never seen that one, but I asked Ashley one time, the widow, I said, then tell me what to watch. You're constantly criticizing me about musicals. Tell me one. And she told me to watch Gypsy, and it was brilliant.
Well, there you go. There you have
brilliant. It has that girl that died that they think what's his name killed. I can't think of her name, man. Oh God, but
it has that one girl that fucking died, man.
She got thrown off the boat. Christopher Walken was there, and the other actor,
Natalie, was it Natalie Wood?
Natalie Wood, yeah. Her when she was young in the 60s about becoming a stripper, the first ever like stripper.
Okay.
And it's really good, man, because Mama Rose is crazy, man.
Real quick side question. Do you think that like when Christopher Walken dies, we're finally going to find out what really happened on that boat?
I don't know, man. I don't know. See,
because I don't think Robert Wagner is going to say shit even after his death.
Robert Wagner.
But I think Christopher Walken might be all like, you know, look, I'm going to tell you what happened.
This is what happened. I love Christopher Walken. Bro, you're talking to my man all wrong. All right,
you do it again.
I'm gonna stab you in the face with a soldering iron over here.
You're talking to my guy all wrong here. Yeah, it's just it's good shit there.
True Romance, greatest Christopher Walken scene of all time. Very racist, but very good. Him and oh my God, I'm gonna Easy Rider. I'm gonna forget
Peter Fonda.
No, the other one.
No, it's Dennis Hopper.
Shut up, Maddie. You.
Here's the thing. I've never seen Easy Rider and I've never seen True Romance. So
it's Tarantino's first.
No, I know what it is. Like
it's free on YouTube.
Oh, that doesn't denote quality.
No, it's good quality. It's okay. HQ. I mean, it's not Blu-ray, Maddie. Don't be spoiled, but it's good.
What? It's
you can watch it. Please. You will love it. Wait till you see. Oh my God, I'm gonna get him too. Commissioner Gordon's part. Oh, I'm on my meds right now. So
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman. He kills it in that movie. He is so scary in that fucking movie, dude. And Christopher Walken and Dennis Hopper's part is a thing of legend. And Christian Slater's even good in it. It's a great movie.
Okay. No, I want to see it. Yeah, Tony Scott. I mean, like, yeah, there's a lot of. No, I want to see it. I mean,
that's
I remember
crazy.
When it came out.
That's right. That's your boy. It's a Tony Scott movie, and you ain't seen it.
You know what, man? Like, yeah, sometimes that happens. It came out what, 91?
93, but yeah.
93, okay. Like the same year as fucking Reservoir Dogs? Crazy.
I think
I was, dude, in 93, I was 11.
Okay, so yeah, True.
All right. Really like it's like it wasn't until a couple years later. I remember this. I don't know why I distinctly remember this. My buddy and I are sitting on the city bus. We're on a TriMet bus. I think it was like number 56 or whatever. We're in the back of the bus, and he just kind of looks at me. He goes, "You ever hear this movie called Reservoir Dogs?" And I'm like, "No." And he goes, "Like, dude, my brother rented it, and we watched it, and it's really good, dude. Like, you gotta see this fucking movie.
All character driven."
And I'm like, "All right." You know, I remember we went back to his place and we watched it, and like, you know, we're like, "Holy, you know, fucking!" I never hear, you know, "Stuck in the Middle with You" the same way ever again.
No, I picture cops getting their ears cut off.
Yeah,
the minute I hear it, dude. I picture torture and Michael Madsen going insane. He's got an award for that.
Yeah, like that, you know, just clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am.
When he's grabbing the duct tape and he literally tells him, "You can scream all you want. I'm still going to torture you. I'm not going to stop. All you can do is pray for a quick death, which you ain't going to get." I'm like, holy shit, this dude's a psycho.
Yeah, it's just such a good, it's like Michael Madsen. It's so fucking, he's such a weird dude, but like.
He is. I love him in Kill Bill. He was great in Kill Bill. He's just good. He's good at what he does.
He's
Tom Sizemore. I always thought Tom Sizemore was a great actor.
Tom Sizemore is always kind of like a discount Michael Madsen, though, to be fair.
Oh, dude, I was okay. Right, I wouldn't have said it that way, but that's exactly how I feel about him. That's the best way to word it.
But I like Tom's. I've always liked Tom Sizemore as well. But it's like it's always like you see Tom Sizemore and you're all like, yeah, but Michael Madsen could probably do the role a little better.
Him and Chris Penn are in True Romance. I mean, they're cops and they're great.
That's one of the
all-star cast, bro.
You know, like, one of the scenes, I'll tell you this, one of the scenes with Michael Madsen that's always kind of like stuck with me in the weirdest way is in Species.
Yeah, when they're chasing that alien chick.
Yeah. When I think it's like Marg Hallenberger's in that one too, right? I think that's who it is.
Yeah, it's Marg Hallenberger.
Right. And like but there's a shot. There's a shot where her and Michael Madsen have sex. And I know it's an erotic thriller. But it's like, I saw it at a drive-in. When I saw it back at a drive-in. I just remember like the scene where like it shows him having sex, but she goes to blow Michael Madsen. There's like a shot where she's on her knees and she's like, you know, leans in towards his crotch. And you're like, what's that? To me, I remember that being like, whoa, this is a family movie. What the fuck?
Yeah, I also remember thinking, why would an alien that's just wanting to procreate perform oral sex? But that's just me.
Well, I mean, you got to preheat the oven, buddy.
But the alien doesn't know that. She doesn't know that.
You
She
don't
just
know
knows
what she
was
knows.
ABM. Yeah, you're right. She was.
You
very
don't know what she does. You
part where
take
she
over.
cuts her thumb off and it just grows right back. Always
Yeah,
messes me
yeah.
up. Always messes me up.
It's just that's how it is. I remember, what was it? It was in Species 1 or Species 2 that had that shot that was like 4 seconds and it cost $4 million.
I think
she
it was
like
the first one.
First, she's crawling on the wall. Yeah, I haven't watched Species in a long ass time. One of the things I really like though about Patio commentary is like the going back and looking at the older movies and shit. Like I don't mind talking about literally any movie.
I had a VHS of Species, Pulp Fiction, and Bad Boys, and I wore it out. The first Bad Boys, Pulp Fiction, and Species, and I watched them over and over on a VHS tape.
Yeah. Nice. I remember I was watching what was it? I think it was I was watching like Bad Boys, right? And like my grandfather came in and like it was a scene like where Taya Leone was like looking kind of, I forget which scene it was, but she was like looking kind of sexy or whatever. Because back in the
trying to get Martin to fuck her. Yeah, that's
maybe it was. Yeah, because like Taya Leone was hot back in the day. She's still attractive, but like
she was married to David Duchovny back then.
Yeah, and then of course, was it Californication broke up their marriage because like he was just, I mean, that would be a hard show to be
a sex addict in real life.
Yeah, that would be a hard show to like be in a relationship with somebody. Like, oh yeah, the whole show is about you getting high and like fucking younger girls. You're going to be around naked girls.
But hot take, Maddie, I don't believe in sex addiction. I believe in porn addiction. I do not believe sex is an addiction.
It's a compulsion.
It's in our DNA.
It's not okay. Our DNA is about eat, sleep, fuck. Right. That's basically everything. Right. It's like that's it. So procreation is just part of it's just part of our natural process. Right. But I still think that you can have a compulsion to that. Right. Eating, you can have compulsion to eating. Even when you're full, there's times if you have a compulsion, your brain will tell you you're not full.
Okay. You know what? That's a great point. You know what? All right, you changed my mind. You've actually changed my mind.
I mean, also,
you might have banged 7 chicks that day. You're some rock star. You don't even want the pussy, but because you're addicted to it, some girl shows up.
But it's also yeah,
man, and you'll do it anyway because you're
it could be like power, it could be control, it could be dopamine. Because remember, like when it's like when you win, it's like when you play slots on your phone or you play slots and whatever. When you win, there's parts of your brain that light up because of the dopamine.
I love you, man. The dumbest analogy I've ever heard. You're equating playing slots on your phone to having sex?
It's a chemical thing. It's chemicals. Right?
Okay. I mean,
that's what it is. You could fucking sit there and like
happy. And when you laugh, it releases endorphins. Wow.
Yeah. When you exercise, releases endorphins. Either way, it could just be a chemical release of dopamine in your brain.
All right, I'm gonna accept that one too. See, you're 2 for 2 tonight. You've changed my mind twice.
I try to. This is what happens. Philosophy. I
wasn't even interested in the whale until I watched your audio commentary.
Yeah, just start calling me Jocrates.
I like that. I was gonna go more towards Jarbodamus, but okay.
Jarbodamus works too, but I feel like that's too egotistical, right? I feel like that's too egotistical because it's like, but no, Jarbodamus sounds better than Jody Damas. That's stupid shit.
Oh, that's right. He does automatic disqualification because it's connected to that fucking dude. All right, we'll go with Jocrates.
Jocrates. God. Anyway, I know we're kind of all over the place in that, but it's all good. Okay, we did the chat GPT thing. Command Unit here says Neurosama, the AI VTuber, was banned from Twitch for denying the Holocaust. Why would you listen? I don't care I care what your opinion on the Holocaust is. 100%. It happened. To deal with it.
It totally shut the fuck up. We've seen the footage with the bulldozers and the bodies.
No, they do. They think that it's like Building 7 of fucking 9/11. Like, how can you prove that really happened?
People are
I mean, like, listen, in today, like in this day and age, you should know better than to deny the Holocaust. I think that would be like, there's enough data out there to to back up the claim that it's real.
Even if you're dumb enough to believe it, you never say it out loud. The fuck is wrong with you? These people are stupid. I used to get really butthurt about what happened to Gina. Then I went back and started really paying attention. I love Gina, but she had it coming.
Oh, speaking of Gina, this popped up. I was going to show this up here. It says a story in 2 pictures. Check this out if it wants to load. So Gina Carano fans call her new film more woke nonsense, John Wick. And this is actually something that popped up recently because there was that whole discourse about Terror on the Prairie.
Is this about Tara? It was okay. The only good part about it was the villain, I think. She was
No,
all
Nick
right,
Searcy was great. Nick Searcy was great
but
as the
the villain
villain.
was
He was,
great, dude. The
I
villain was
liked
the
him.
best
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
Yeah.
If your villain is good, I can support the film. It's like in The
Yeah.
Mist, Mrs. Carmody was a fantastic villain, and
Oh
so
my
when
God. What's her name in real life?
Marcia Gay Harden,
Marcia Gay
or
Harden. I always get her name mixed up with the girl from Fargo.
Frances McDormand.
Frances McDormand. I always get those two mixed up, but
Yeah.
that girl went straight religious, straight crazy. The Mist is so good, dude. I'm gonna go. I get to go watch your audio. Leave it at 50 some minutes, man.
It will be up on. It will be shorter. I have to edit a few things out of it, but it will be shorter. It'll be about probably 48 minutes if I had to estimate. But yeah, it's like,
I
you know
how you are about organized religion, so I want to hear your discussion about it.
I don't go into, you can't go into it too hard. You have to be surface level with this shit. But basically, I
get it.
But spoiler alert, I do admit that when I was watching the movie in theaters and she got capped, I clapped. You know, so
we all did.
Because it was such an intense scene. It was such an intense scene. Anyway, so yeah, so the recent discourse over Terror on the Prairie and how the movie only did $800 in one theater, you know, and everyone making fun of that. The people started attacking the movie, calling it woke nonsense. And if you think about it, the two feature films that Daily Wire has put out. All right, this is so funny. They don't like identity politics.
Was actually good.
Run, Hide, Fight was female diehard in a school. I have a copy of it. I haven't watched it, but I have a copy of it, and I was actually thinking about watching it the other night, just to do a review of it. I don't know why. It's like, yeah, I have to
hard a little bit, but it's also got that Kevin Bacon movie feel to it, where he went crazy because his son got killed. Death Sentence. It's got a
James Wan directed that. Yeah, dude, the shot, scene in the fucking parking garage was really good in Death Sentence.
The whole movie's good.
James Wan is a really good director. You know, I prefer his smaller films but Aquaman I really loved as well. So anyway, they're going over on this thing. They're attacking this movie. And then the next image here, which is really funny, is this also happened right when the Mandalorian trailer dropped. So new trailer for The Mandalorian hits 84 million views in 24 hours. You can't.
All you had to do was shut up, Gino. We get it. I understood your point. I knew what you were trying to make, and I actually agreed with some of it. But you went about it wrong. And if Disney says just shut up, just shut up. Because you know, The Mandalorian is something. It's like anyone who's connected to that 70s show or Dallas or ER. It's a legacy that you can carry with you, and The Mandalorian is going to be around for a while, man. And that's the best Star Wars we've had in decades. And she messed it up with to call her an anti-Semite, but it was dumb.
I think there's a difference though. I think she posted something that was anti-Semitic, but I don't think she's an anti-Semite. I think
she was trying to prove a point. And
she was trying. Well, she was. I understand the point she was trying to do. Dumb fucking point.
Dumb fucking point. Bad take.
You don't like. I mean, for one, just there's two instances with that. One is, don't compare the struggles of modern day conservatives to the plight of Jews in World War II.
Exactly. Don't compare anything to that.
Being like silenced on social media is not the same as being tossed in a gulag and forced to work to death.
You want to talk about Rwanda or conflict diamonds or something like that? Yeah, you might get your point across. But oh my God, the left wing's picking on me. No,
the conflict diamond. That's interesting. That's interesting because like we the diamond trade, you know, never gets brought up ever in regards to the conversation, right? Like, you know, one of my friends just got engaged and she's talking about like the ring. And I just like want to send her that Adam ruins everything video on diamond engagement rings, how they're bullshit.
I don't think people understand that. Yes, the Jewish Holocaust was bad, but people like Stalin and these African warlords over here, they do stuff like that on a yearly basis. It means nothing. Like life has no meaning over there, man.
Have you ever seen, like, I would argue that like one of the most brutal things now, even in modern day, that never, ever gets fucking talked about, really never gets talked about, is what's happening in Mexico. I mean, if you track any of the narco blogs,
it's a new Vietnam down there. I mean, it's a new Vietnam down there.
Okay, so
they're not telling nobody that we got people down there.
I don't know what you mean by that specifically.
We went into Vietnam as a police action to stop communism. We sent special forces down there, and people like Blackwater or whatever those mercs are. We sent them down there to not stop the drugs from coming in. We sent them down there to help the drugs come in. And
That's a take.
And now it's becoming a new Vietnam because they're trying to police the CIA. I know I sound like a little bit.
I'm letting you talk because I have no idea what we're talking about.
The CIA has always policed the import and export of drugs from Mexico, South America, all that stuff. Okay. Everyone knows it. Go watch Snowfall. That's based on the Iran-Contra scandal. It's all real. Well, now we've got government paid mercs down there doing the same thing, only it's meth and it's what's that drug that's killing everybody that they're putting
fentanyl.
And it really, they've got proof of that. I saw it on Vice and a lot of other things, and you wouldn't think I watch a lot of left-wing news, but I do because there's truth in it, and I'm telling you, Rage Against the Machine wrote a song about this a long time ago called People of the Sun, and at the end it says we cannot let Mexico become a new Vietnam, and it happened. It's a police act, and now we can't pull out.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot going on with that down there. I mean, what I'm talking about though is the sheer violence, though. Oh yeah, is insane. It's insane.
Kidnapping, dude. Movies like Man on Fire, real shit. Like Mexico is. Oh, dude, it's so bad.
There's parts of it like there's like what I hate about that is like I feel like that kind of shit denigrates the overall idea of like the Mexican population, because like they're such a good people down there.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Right,
they're very hard workers.
Very of the earth, very humble, very nice humble people. They're it's people, like man. They really are. It's just, and that's the terrible thing about it is like we know about the drug stuff, but then you figure like you talk about the border crisis, and it's just like
everybody thinks like oh my god, you're Mexican, are you MS-13? Like everybody, I know what you're saying by denigrates it, because it really does, man. People just they blanket that whole peninsula, they blanket that whole country, that whole continent of South America. Oh, that's MS-13 and sectos and the Nieta and all these other Latino gangs that are bad, but we got that shit too. You know what I mean? We've got it too. Like, so you're right. That's a good point. That like you're absolutely right about that, because they are good people.
There's a lot of craziness is out there. Anyway, let's move on. Rational here for 2. Thank you. Says Chris and Matt, Offspring versus Smashing Pumpkins.
Ooh, it's a hard one.
Not for me, dude. It's straight up Offspring.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna have to go Offspring. I love Billy Corgan, and I love that song.
I've had weird nightmares about Billy Corgan hunting me like he was Slender Man.
Are you being serious?
I'm being serious. I'm being serious. This was like mid 2000s, right? And I don't know why. I just had this like reoccurring nightmare of like being hunted by Billy Corgan. I don't know why. So back in 2009, I end up getting the opportunity to go to the red carpet, or 2008. I got the opportunity to go to the red carpet of the Spike Scream Awards. So I'm on the red carpet of the Spike Scream Awards, and fucking Smashing Pumpkins comes walking by. And see Billy.
That's in that time when Billy Corgan was wearing all those Matrix clothes and stuff, wasn't he? Yeah, right? He was wearing all them weird, like black leather trench coat dress things.
It was weird, dude. But that was weird. Like, that was almost like, I didn't talk with them. I didn't engage with them, but that was almost like coming like face to face with your nightmare. I don't know why. I like Smashing Pumpkins. 1979 is a great song. They have a lot of great songs I like.
I love all their albums, but I had to go Offspring.
I got to go Offspring. Yeah. You have to go Offspring. Like Offspring's early stuff. Like you go Offspring's greatest hits, just that album, which you could find on YouTube, by the way. And it's just like banger after banger after banger that's lived on.
The first song I ever heard by them was that one, Can't Get You. Oh man, it's so good. Gotta Get Away From Me. That's the first one I ever heard by them. And then I started hearing things like, their newer stuff, like The Kids Are All Right and all that stuff. And I was like, these dudes are incredible. Like they're really good.
Oh yeah, no man. I really enjoy fucking Offspring. I just love Offspring. So there's that there. But all right, let's keep moving on here. Reed says Kansas, the band, is doing their 50th anniversary tour this summer. I can't wait because they're gonna be in my area as well. That's pretty dope.
I'm going there with a Supernatural t-shirt. I'm not.
You're gonna be that guy. You're going to be that guy?
But on purpose, Matt. It's a joke. You know what I mean?
All
Go
right,
there
all
as
right.
that guy.
I get it. I get it.
Like I went and saw Stone Sour, right? I went and saw Stone Sour a few years ago, and Stone Sour is just Slipknot light, you know. Corey, it's all those guys, and he came out with an Instinct t-shirt on, and he threw it in the crowd, and they tore it to shreds, dude. So I want to be that guy, man. I just don't want to be. You know what? I'm going to change. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to get torn to shreds. I'm not going to be that guy. But
no, I think there'd be enough. I think there's probably going to be a lot of fans of Supernatural there, probably because of the opening track.
Well, I love how music is these days, man. I went and saw Slayer not too long ago, and there were grandparents with their sons, and their sons brought their kids, and it's Slayer. Generation after generation. Some of it, you're right. Some of this music is timeless. You know, it really is. And seeing stuff like that I always feel good when I see, like, you know, like, 'cause I brought my daughter to see Slipknot and Volbeat and Gojira, and she had a blast. You know, so yeah, music can be fun. But Kansas, I only know like 3 songs.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember like what's the last concert I went to, because I don't go to very many. Like I never really it's been a long time. Like when I ran for governor of California back in, God, this is coming up on 20 years. They had given me, because this is
That's still one of my favorite stories about you ever.
Well, people think I'm lying. I'm not lying, but
no, everybody was doing it. Mary Carey, the porn star.
Yeah.
Everybody was there. Anybody can run, you know. So I'm sure you were somewhere on that ticket. You need to.
No, I went through the process of signing up, but I needed like 10,000 signatures. No, I needed $10,000 or 6,500 signatures.
And the last time you went to a concert was when you were running for
No. I've been to more since then. But like, I really just like, I just kind of stopped going. I'm not a big concert fan, to be honest with you. Like, but okay, I should say it depends on the band, right? So it's like when I was doing the governor thing, they gave me a bunch of tickets to concerts. So I got to go see like Red Hot Chili Peppers. I had pit tickets for that. Which was great. Although their opening band was the fucking Flaming Lips. Like, what the fuck?
Never been a fan of them.
Not a fan of Flaming Lips.
I'm not a Mudhoney fan. A lot of people give me shit about that, but I'm not.
But I mean, I love Red Hot Chili Peppers, you know? So like, that was a great show. Then 2 nights later, it was Kiss Aerosmith.
See, that
was playing. Do you know who the opening band was? And I didn't even know this going into it. The opening band was Saliva.
Oh, and I was like,
oh hell yeah, because I thought Aerosmith kind of fucking dropped the ball. To be fair, it was like back in 2003, so they had just released like this bluesy album, and they were just doing like they did a couple of their hits, but they were just playing like this new shit.
There was a time when they were just going through the motions, man.
Yeah, you know? But Kiss brought it. They brought it. Yeah, they always bring it. They always bring it, and they're great. And then like a couple of days after that, or maybe like a few weeks later, I saw Queens of the Stone Age. They'd give me tickets to Queens of the Stone Age.
I saw them with Linkin Park and Chris Cornell.
Nice, man.
Yeah, that was a great concert. Chris Cornell kills it when
I was pissed
when he was by himself.
There was a show. It was Linkin Park and Power Man 5000. I think Papa Roach, right? And
Papa Roach is great. Rob Zombie's little brother, not so much, but okay.
Well, I like Power Man 5000. Yeah, I do.
Do you really?
But it's I do.
Yeah,
it's very set in the time of Prodigy. It's very set, like it's so.
I love 90s. Prodigy. I love Crystal Method. I love all that techno metal. But something about Power Man. Oh, he did have that one really good song though.
Get up, drop the bombshell, right? Or like when worlds collide. You know, I mean, not like
Worlds Collide. That's a great song.
That's a great. Well, it's kind of like it's like Spy Break, you know, from the Matrix and shit. Like Prodigy, you know, smack my bitch up. Like it's just you hear bow, 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 you know, and you're like, I know exactly what that track is.
You know
and you're in it, right? And then it's like just during that time though, like you kind of had this emergence of like you get like, you know, like the techno metal type stuff, or even like Alice DJ's Better Off Alone, and just or like Darude Sandstorm, and these are the songs that were like making their way around at a time when it was like it felt new.
Vegas, Chemical Brothers,
it all felt so new.
Industrial was hitting real big,
like
Monster Magnet, and
like and then also
really coming on again.
Rammstein, you know, was like popping off in the States finally around that time, you know, because I remember like fucking, you're like du hast mich, you know, like
it sounds. I'm sorry, it sounds just like Ministry to me. It sounds just like
du hast mich.
Fun Fix.
Du hast mich gefragt. You know, it's like
and I don't listen to them because they sing in German. Their riffs are great. They are great musicians, but I'm not trying to learn German.
You know, it's funny. You know, you want to hear a really fun. Okay, do you ever see the movie Triple X?
So many times,
Right, right. So you know the opening of that movie when like when he's at the club and there's a they're playing Rammstein. The band is playing Rammstein. Do you know the band? But that wasn't Rammstein. Do you know who the actual band was? That was Metal Militia. Was actually who was playing on stage, but they put. I'm serious. I'm serious. It was Metal Militia, but I don't know if they were there. I don't know if they were there recording it. Like I don't know if like they were brought in by the director, by Rob Cohen, to do it, or if it was just like that was what they thought they were going to do, and the studio replaced it with Rammstein. I don't remember, but like yeah, it's just like all that shit to me was hysterical from back in the day.
I loved that first one. Even the second one with Ice Cube was good, but that third one was good.
Always bet on black, baby.
Yeah, I did not like the third one, man.
I actually did not see The Return of Xander Cage. I did not.
Really
I did not do it. There's just a lot of a lot of crazy good shit from back in the day. All right. Let's see. Okay, I'm not not alone here. Spherical Man also saying Power Man 5000 is awesome. I'll tell you this though. I wish Rob Zombie would go back to make music, because like White Zombie was amazing. Rob Zombie's solo stuff was amazing.
Solo stuff was good. A little too techno. I love Living Dead Girl and things like that. But I don't know. He got a little. You know, I'm trying to think of one that. Well, no, I can't think of one I didn't like, so I'm gonna shut up. Yeah, that whole album was good. Hellbilly Deluxe was a great album, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff there. A lot of good stuff there. From back in the day. I mean, like I was, you know, like back in that time, I was listening to like a lot of rock. Kind of like acquainting myself, because I listened to like a lot of pop stuff growing up, you know. But then it's like,
you know, my parents introduced me at a young age. My first concert was Pink Floyd. My dad took me.
Okay,
I didn't know what the fuck I was even seeing. It's a big laser show. And then Metallica with Ozzy in '86. Like I was very young, but they had all the REO Speedwagon albums, the Journey albums, the Kansas albums. There's even a group called Missouri that's really good. Like they had all that stuff, but they also had what I call the Dusties, like Chaka Khan. And the Stylistics and the Ohio Players and the Shy Lights. So I grew up on all that stuff. So I've got this huge Rolodex of music in my head.
See, it's like, because I grew up as like, you know, the 80s and 90s, and 90s especially is when, like, you know, because we didn't have like, you know, tapes where like the CDs were emerging, but really it was like the big push of like, you know, you had like your pop music, and then, you know, like Ace of Base and like In Vogue and all. Like I listen to a lot of like 90s pop music still.
Well,
still
Mariah,
to this day.
Madonna,
Mariah, yeah, a lot of good stuff there.
Michael was still around. Like, yeah, there was a lot of shit in the 90s that was really good, but there was also stuff like Smash Mouth, and I'm like, why? Whoa.
Let's not listen.
and Fastball, like
I will defend Smash Mouth.
A lot of people will, okay?
I mean, at least
defend Bare Naked Ladies. How about that? Defend Bare Naked. Can you do it?
Yes.
Okay, because there was a lot of
at least that one song. At least that one song. That's the only one I really know. But other than that,
that
like,
1 week shit, I knew.
Yeah, that's like. It's kind of like Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping.
Yeah, there's a lot of great one hit.
Anyone who's born after like 1990 is not going to know what Chumbawamba's Tub Thumping is.
But before that, they're going to know that. They're going to know Closing Time by Semisonic.
Oh yeah,
the brother and sister. You could steal my sunshine, like the brother and sister.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, there's all these huge, great one-hit wonders. That
Sugar Ray, right?
Sugar Ray. I love Sugar Ray.
I just want.
Have you ever heard their stuff before they hit big?
No, I haven't.
Pure fucking metal.
Really?
I swear, dude, it would blow your mind. Remember how the Beastie Boys were punk? Before they went into rap, they were hardcore punk.
No, that was, I can honestly say that was slightly before my time. Okay, I mean, I know Beastie Boys like
meets the Clash sound, okay?
Okay.
And they went into rap. Well, Sugar Ray and Mark McGrath used to be pure metal guys. They used to party with Ricky Rackman on Headbangers Ball and all that shit. And then they just, all of a sudden, he's just like, all around the world, statues crumble for me. And I'm like, what the fuck?
It happens, right? Maverick here says, what about Garbage? Love Garbage.
Oh,
I saw them in concert back in like, I saw them in concert back in like 06, 07, somewhere in there.
How about her in the Sarah Connor Chronicles?
She was in the, I didn't know she was in that.
She was the villain. She was the T-1000, the female T-1000.
Really?
Yeah. Shirley Manson. She's an actress too. That's a
Wow.
group I haven't heard of it, dude. Most people go to the Cranberries or something like that. What's her name died? Dolores
Oh
O'Riordan.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Garbage is great. I used to really and that was considered alt. Like you got to grow up with alt rock when it was actually blowing up.
Wow, she's fucking 56 years old, man.
Who, Shirley?
Shirley Manson. Yeah, wow.
Getting up
Oh yeah. Okay. Now I remember. Yeah, like okay. Now I'm looking at some images here of her on the Terminator. Wow.
I was so mad that ended on a cliffhanger because that was a great show, man.
Yeah, that's fucking how that shit works.
That writer's strike fucked a lot of people up.
It killed a lot of stuff, man.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't even read the chat because I'm not facing the TV, and I usually read it off the TV. But I am not meaning to steer this guy astray from the topics.
No, that's okay. Mo Moon just likes to bitch and moan about everything. Usually I have to mute him out because he just cries a lot. But we'll get into this here. Hold on here. Okay. H Bart's here. Sorry. Says the movie I recommend for a watch party was originally going to have Jason Voorhees in it, but it couldn't secure the rights.
Oh, I get what he's saying. He's making fun of the Friday the 13th stuff that's happening.
Oh yeah. Well, what they're doing the Friday the 13th, Camp Crystal Lake show, and now a new movie.
Yeah,
that they're developing and whatnot.
So they're going to put Jason in or not, or they're going to put Jason in it, but they can't use his name.
I don't know. I think
I don't know. It sounds
or they're gonna make it a new killer like fucking 1985, right? Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th Part 5 was great. Yeah. I actually enjoy it. At the end you're like, oh, it wasn't Jason, everybody gets mad, but it was a great horror movie. So I don't know why people get mad about it. But yeah. When I was young, I didn't like it either. I didn't like Halloween 3. Now I love the shit out of it. I get it, like, okay, I get it. But when you're young, you're like, well, Michael Myers? This shit sucks.
Yeah. Well, let's be fair. That's not the terminology people used back in the day. All right. And then Command here for 5. Thank you. Says Afghanistan and Ukraine will arm the gangs. Sure. I forget. Were we talking about Mexico?
Iran, Contra, Mexico, CIA stuff.
That's all. Yeah, that's all. I mean, you know what? If a lot of Kalashnikovs are rolling around out there, what can I say? So
the fact that an AK is called a Kalashnikov is pretty impressive. Did you watch Warlord?
Which one?
Cage.
Oh, Lord of War?
Lord of War.
No, I knew it was a Kalashnikov before then because I play video games, dude.
Okay.
Right? It's all like, my... I just think that, I love the term AK-47. It's such an awesome sounding name for a gun. But then but then you hear Kalashnikov and you're like, yeah, that's metal. That's fucking metal.
That's metal as shit. And I'm telling you, I've heard AK shoot. I've got friends with AKs, ARs, M4s, and there's nothing that sounds like an AK. It sounds different from all the other guns I've ever heard in my life. And
there's a reason why it's probably one of the best guns ever made.
It is the best gun ever made.
That's also one you can bury that thing underground for 80 years and pull it out and still shoot.
And pull it out and it'll still shoot.
Yeah, that's good.
Insane.
The H Parts here says just started watching the Waco miniseries yesterday. Oh man, let me know how that one is. That was Taylor Kish, right? And the girl who played Supergirl.
Yeah, the David Koresh story, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's on Paramount. Yeah, that was on. Paramount.
I was alive for that too. Waco was a trip. Waco was a trip.
Bro. When was Waco? That was 93. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I knew about Waco because there was no way to get around not hearing about Waco.
No, and they had just had the Ruby Ridge bullshit right before that.
Yeah. And so it's I knew about it. Yeah. When that happened here, 1993, 50. Yeah. So, I mean, I was literally I was 10 going into 11 years old when that happened. So it's I knew about it, but I was not following it at all. So it's one of those things that's so weird to look back on it now where it's I follow conflict now, but then I go to try to learn about conflict from way back in the day, and it just seems super.
Well, there was so much connected to it. It was so cohesive. You had Ruby Ridge that happened, and that emboldened David Koresh to say, "Well, I can build a compound, and I can do this, and the FBI can't mess with me." And then Timothy McVeigh was so mad about what happened in Waco, he did the Oklahoma City shit.
Right.
Right. It was 5 years of just horrible stuff, man.
Well, we also had, there was the shooting in LA the other day. 11 people died.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right? 72-year-old man walked in. That was wild.
That's why I don't care what anyone says. Was racially motivated. I don't care what.
I think so. I think it was, but again, I haven't read all the details. But then we had a shooting today. 7 people died.
College or something, yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's this shit just blows the fuck up, dude. It's there's one that you just brace for impact. It's crazy and shit. Yeah, we can see you, RC. Thank you. Let's see. Rational mentioned. Did you super chat? I didn't see a super chat from you, Rational. Let me get back.
The only one I saw was him asking us about Offspring.
Yeah, I got that one. Oh no, here we go. Sorry, I did miss this one. Iron Maiden or Metallica?
Metallica's the greatest metal band of all time.
Like I like Iron Maiden, but it's
I love Iron Maiden,
but no,
Metallica.
it's Metallica. This is not even a fucking question.
And there are some Metallica albums I don't like, and I do think sometimes you get overrated, but you can't. I'm more of a Megadeth.
There's no defending Saint Anger. There's no defending Saint Anger.
They were just trying a different sound, I think.
Yeah, but like it just, I mean, like, look, you get to like, what is it, like halfway through Load, right? With Fuel, and then after that it goes to shit. Like up to Fuel, it's good. And then after that it goes, and then they did Reload, which, and then Saint Anger, and like, and then like like there's a reason why we always go back to old Metallica.
Yeah, and then they come out with Death Magnetic, and you're like, that's my Metallica. That's the Metallica.
I have not heard that, so I need to hear that.
About 10 years old. It's great. And now this new one they got a couple new ones. They got a brand new one that just dropped yesterday or the day before.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Scream or something like that. It's called Scream.
I'll have to check that out. Mo here for 2 things says, you don't know Billy Joel, you're older than me. I fucked up Piano Man the other night. Yeah, I don't listen to that shit.
Send us a song.
It's not that it's bad. It's not that it's bad. I know some of this. Who did We Didn't Start the Fire? Was that Billy Joel? Or is that Bruce Springsteen?
No, that's Billy Joel.
See, I get him confused.
A lot of people get Billy, Bruce, and John Cougar mixed up. They just
don't even. Oh my God, John Cougar Mellencamp. What has gone by like 4 different names?
It was John Cougar Mellencamp, John Mellencamp. 3. He's gone by 3.
Yeah. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Like pick a lane. You know what I mean? My mom tried explaining that to me once, and I'm just like, why? She's like, I don't know. Drugs.
No, nobody really knows.
Yeah. This is
a weird state, guys.
Yeah. This is for 5. Thank you. Says, out of the blue question, what do you think of all these more serious adult animated shows like Exo Squad?
Yeah.
Arcane, Castlevania, and Invincible.
Great. Castlevania's great. I've heard about Arcane, but I haven't watched it yet, and I have no idea what Exo Squad is. I'm not
the only one on that list I've seen that I know is Invincible. I need to watch Castlevania. I've heard nothing but good things about Arcane.
Good, man.
And then this is loves Exo Squad though, like loves Exo Squad. So if they were to come out with like an Exo Squad sequel or like a reboot or whatever, he would probably die from just like subsequent like nonstop ejaculation.
Yeah, that's the one I've never heard of, man.
It's an animated show. It's on Peacock, I think. And then H Bart's here, thank you. Said, Chris, check out Waxworks 1998. I think you will like it. Waxwork is a movie. Obviously, it's a movie. It's a movie. It looks like a fun movie. It's kind of like
The Great Wall of China is a wall.
Yeah, but there's a lot of history there.
Waxwork. Why do I feel like I've seen it? Is
it's
it
got
a horror
the guy.
Movie?
I don't know if I call it a horror. It's more of an adventure, I think.
Why do I feel like
I feel like when I haven't seen it before, H Bart's actually recommended I do a audio commentary on it, and because H Bart's has been such a long-term supporter, he's been, very, very, very generous.
Man, I love H Bart's. He still comes and checks up on me once a week, man. Yeah. He's just good people, man.
Oh no, well, I added Waxworks to audio commentary and lineup for early March. And so then he sends me a message today. He's like, "Oh, I'm sending you the Blu-rays of both the movies." I'm all like, now you guys know my plan. Talk about old movies that I secretly love but say I've never seen, so you send me the Blu-rays.
It's like that. He's been just collecting steelbook after steelbook after. I got a Maverick, Top Gun Maverick, the limited edition with the F-14 that raises up on it. Yeah, I got him that for Christmas. Yeah, he's
nice.
Yeah,
I did just buy the other day the 15th anniversary steelbook of Cloverfield. I got that in the mail the other day.
I remember, man, I can't remember what we were going to see, Transformers or one of the Jason Bourne movies. I really can't remember.
Transformers. It was Transformers.
Was it
July 2007? The unlisted trailer.
The poster didn't have a name on it.
I have that poster.
The Statue of Liberty's head gone, and it had a date on it, and that was it. It didn't. And
011808.
And I saw J.J. Abrams, and I went, and this is when I was a big Lost fan, and I thought J.J. Abrams could do no wrong, and I'm like, Rusty, we got to see it. We got to see it. And then we go in there and they show the trailer, and the trailer blew my fucking mind, dude. And on the movies, I know a lot of people got sick because of shaky cam, but that's a great movie.
No, that movie
Kaplan kills it in that movie. I love that movie, dude.
I've seen that movie. I can't even tell you how many times.
It is Lizzie, right?
It is Lizzie Kaplan. Yeah.
I always get her and Ritter mixed up.
I kind of see it a little bit. Yeah, I kind of get it. We got Benson here for £2. Thanks, buddy. Says Aretha has a song banned by the Letter People. Are the Letter People who I'm thinking you're thinking?
LGBTQ.
Yeah. That sounds like a mafia, doesn't it? Like the Letter People. They come for you before you know it. They put it's like, you ever seen V for Vendetta? Alan Moore was really talking about the Letter People. That's
I just found out that was friggin' Agent Smith.
Oh, really?
I did not know that. I thought it was somebody else. I had no idea.
Well, it was actually. So, James Purefoy did most of the work. Most of what you see V in costume is actually James Purefoy. And he also did the voice. And then I forget what happened with that. He left the project and they replaced him with Hugo Weaving, who, I mean, just knocked it out of the park, right? Still, it's like
a great movie. And every time I watch it, I find something new. I had no idea it was like politically based, almost a propaganda film. Like,
I mean,
RoboCop's a propaganda film, guys. You don't know that, but yes. And so is Starship Troopers. They're a propaganda. And I'm telling you, every time I watch it, it gets better. V for Vendetta. Every time I watch it, I like it.
Oh, it's great. It's great. I think I have the 4K of that. No, I bought 300 over. I bought 300 over V for Vendetta, but that's on my list of ones because they released it I think 2 years ago on 4K.
Yeah, I can't lie. 4K on a 4K TV is so amazing. It really is.
Yeah, no, Anderson, it is Hugo's voice, but he didn't originate in the project. He came on after the fact. I just don't remember why.
Yeah, Darth Vader and James Earl Jones. That kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like when you listen to David Prowse do it, it sounds totally different. I'm telling you, I get why. As much as I've met David Prowse, he was a nice man, and everything. But it's like James Earl Jones is that's the reason you don't Star Wars. If it was just if it was just some cheeky Brit, right? That's the deal, mate. Pray I don't alter it further. It's a little bit it's not gonna work out like Luke, mate. I'm your father. You know that, right? Fuck, I fucked your mom. It was fuck. Obi-Wan, what a cunt.
Obi-Wan, you told me you could know Obi-Wan like you. I am your father.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Don't fuck it up.
Like the student before, I've now become the master.
And I heard he's a nice guy, like a big, tall, nice dude, man. I watched his documentary. About
him. I mean, him and George Lucas didn't get along, but because apparently Lucas had banned him from going to Star Wars Celebration or something like that.
What?
Yeah. That was the thing. I got to look into the history of that one.
I've been to 3 of them, bro.
But I'm just saying, it's it's like you. Sometimes they make those decisions. There we go. Let's see. No, Benson's gonna correct me on my British. He's. David Prowse, the man who came up with the idea for Vader being Luke's father. Prowse was from Somerset. I don't fucking know, dude.
He's got a documentary on Netflix and it's good.
I don't know, but I don't know the breakdowns. It's like the British Isles are super condensed for all the dialects that are there. At least America, you got you go to the upper Northeast and it's all how's it, get the ba and the ka and the fucking whatever, right? Boston.
Yeah.
You go Southern and it's all hey, welcome to Alabama, where my sister is also my wife. And then it's but then you go to the West Coast and you have an accent like mine where we don't have one. Or you go to the Midwest, it's like okie dokie.
The West Coast does speak very proper, though.
We do, yes, because we care about education here, Chris.
Us flyover states don't give a fuck.
No one gives a fuck about flyover states. I'm not
biting on this one. I'm not biting.
I'm just saying, but you go to the Midwest, and it's like okie dokie, artichoke. It's like.
Do I sound like that?
No, you don't sound like that. But it's a very stereotypical Midwestern comment. I'm just saying. And then, all right, command unit, we'll take a look at that one in a little bit. Thank you. I'm just.
That's all right, though. I get it, man. We get it. We don't like the East Coast. We don't. I love New York, but I don't like the East Coast.
Yeah, get out of here. How many people in the upstate New York sound like they're from fucking Manhattan or Bronx or
All of
Long
them. No,
Island?
I mean, well, the Bronx and Brooklyn sound like they got a little like Brooklyn, and then you got the Bronx. They're a little different. It's like Joe Pesci and Robert De
So
Niro.
one speaks with their balls, the other one speaks through their nose.
Yeah, exactly.
Brooklyn, the
But then you got like
Bronx.
Bensonhurst, where you got like real like hardcore Italian that all sound like they're the Sopranos.
Yeah.
And then Queens, which I never went into Queens very often. And then it's a mixture, and then you got a lot of other people from other countries that live in
Yeah.
New York. So
It's very true. Yes. There's a lot of people who live
there's a
in
lot of accents, a lot
a
of
lot of
dialect,
accents. Yeah.
a lot of languages, a lot of different languages even. So
Yeah. And good for them.
but Chicago's where it's at. I love Chicago. Even though I'm never going back. It's Chirac over in that motherfucker.
Yeah, RC here says Oregon we have no accent normal. That's true. That's true. There's not a lot of one out there. But I do think honestly, that because Reed here says Midwest we have regular accents. HBards here says we in Michigan don't have one. And what I'm wondering, as weird as it is to say, is it entirely possible that Hollywood and the influence of the language that people in LA have, which is they don't have accents. Really, they all kind of talk like this, right? And I'm wondering if the lack of accents or dialects in certain areas,
I think it just depends on your environment.
Well, there was but again, going back to kind of making fun of Gina Carano a little bit, or at least the Terror on a Prairie. There's that part when she meets the bad guys, and then Nick Churchy's like, "Oh, is that a Missouri accent I hear?" And then she's all like, whatever town from Missouri, right? It's like Biloxi or some shit like that, right? And it's like, that's not, or is that Mississippi? I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter, right? I mean, hold on. Now I want to know. Missouri.
Well, Mississippi and Missouri sound way different. I'm in Missouri right now. Like, this is how we sound, even though I'm born and bred Chicago. But the Midwest all kind of sounds the same. And Michigan sounds a little bit like Wisconsin, actually, if you pay attention to it.
But I'm just saying it's like they do this shit in movies where they don't actually have, some actors will do the method and they'll pick up the accent. You know what I mean? But a lot of actors don't pick up the accent.
I don't want to change the subject again, but he said Oregon, and you're in Oregon. Well, you're in Washington.
Yes, I'm from Oregon.
You're in Oregon. You're an Oregon boy. The Goonies was in Oregon?
Yes.
That Astoria Museum and the Jeep outside, that's all real?
Well, there is the house that's real, and there's other stuff that's there.
The
I
jail,
haven't been there in a long time.
Eddie's broke out of. They've got the Jeep Cherokee sitting out front and all that stuff. I saw it on YouTube. I want to go there. I want to see it.
Oh, Astoria is nice, man. Astoria is really nice.
I had no idea. I thought it was like a made-up place. See, I'm geographically retarded myself.
That sounds like there's a lot about Oregon that sounds made up, So it's like I lived in a town called Beaverton.
Yeah, well, I can tell you this, but driving through it,
surprisingly no strip clubs.
I can tell you, driving through it, Idaho, Montana, Salt Lake City, Oregon, Washington, they are fucking gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. If you want a great drive is to go up or down the 101, the Oregon coastline during the summer. It's beautiful. Command Unit here for 5. Thank you, buddy. Says there are casting rumors for Cavill's WCU. It's the actress from the recent Bond movie and Knives Out. She would make a great Elizabeth Beckwith. Oh, you're talking about the actress, from the Bond movie and Knives Out. Anna de Armas?
I thought they were putting James Bond to bed for
no. He's talking about her because she was in No Time to Die. Let's see, Warhammer. I'm just quickly googling it. Okay. This is coming in from Giant Freaking Robot, by the way. So take that with a grain of sand.
Elizabeth Beckwith, was she a Bond girl? Was she like a Bond girl? Like a character?
She's maybe a character.
Brian would know. Master of None would know. He's a huge Bond guy. He would know right away. He knows all the villains and all their real names.
They've also got another one here. Henry Cavill in talks for Hobbs and Shaw 2. No, it's fucking no. I'm sorry. You know what I found out, by the way? This is a quick side thing, and then we'll move on. But one of the things I found out, interestingly enough, was there's a website, Fandom Wire, right? Have you ever heard of Fandom Wire?
Yeah, I think I've heard of it, but I
Okay.
didn't know the website. I thought it was like a hashtag or some
No,
shit.
no, no. They have a website and whatever. And like the guy running it is this guy Riley who supports a person who I'm not a fan of. And you're not a fan of, but there's some drama with that we won't get into. But anyway, I'm looked at the website because I started noticing that like all the authors had distinctly Indian names. And I'm like, that's interesting. Maybe they're outsourcing or whatever, which is, I have no problem with that. But like
Bollywood type,
like, well, it is. Yeah, they're like, yeah, they're people from India. And then I look at their leadership breakdown, and the number 2 guy owns the Animated Times, which is another website that is from India, right? And so I'm like, oh, this dude's just bringing over all of his own people to take over an American website and use it as a way to do backlinks to bolster his own shit, in my opinion, at least. So it's kind of funny how some of these websites are operating now. And then there's also the Twitter account Culture Crave.
I have heard of that.
They have been silent since January 11th. Silent. It was them and Discussing Film I usually go to get my movie news, at least in the blurbs and shit. And they've been silent since January 11th. No question about it. I don't even know why it's happening. But I looked into the LinkedIn of the guy who created it, because he sold Culture Crave, the Twitter account, to Dextero, which is like a esports kind of, or just like a gaming, website, like the #1 Call of Duty website, whatever. And he started running Culture Crave through them a couple years ago. But he also listed on his LinkedIn that in January 2023, he left the company. So what I'm wondering is, did he leave the company and somehow that fucked up Culture Crave and they just haven't wanted to talk about it?
And maybe, I don't know, man. That is weird because they're pretty reliable.
Well, they do the same thing as like Discussing Film, where they wait for news to drop and then they just do a tweet about it, but they've got a big enough audience. And they also do like graphics and things like that, little fun things that they do as a way to like, get engagement on social media. It makes a lot of sense. I just thought that was really weird. I mean,
they've just been gone for 2 weeks, huh? Just
gone, poof, gone. There's a Game of Thrones account that kind of operates through them that has been posting, but they've been silent about. People have been asking, but they haven't responded.
You can get like a ban or something because Elon's been on some weird shit.
There's like the whole. I mean, there's the whole like. As much as I'm not a fan of the quartering or Brittany Venti,
me either, but it's wrong what they're doing to them.
There are a ton of things you could probably ban the quartering on. This is not one of them.
Ain't one of them, dude.
This is not one of them. And I know the quartering, and he's a fucking piece of shit. But it's like, it's just, no, it's like this Eliza Blue lady, or whomever. I don't know. I could have read that they have a they them pronouns. I don't know. I don't want to misgender. But like, I'm looking into this whole thing, and it's like they were in a music video, 6 years ago, and there was
That's what I mean. It's so weird, right?
It had been around for 6 years, and then all of a sudden, this screenshot started spreading around of them scantily clad, and it's like, and then that's what they're doing to like silence, like they're calling in favors. I mean, listen, like I was a petty bitch and flagged people. This takes it to a whole new fucking level. This is you calling up, like, it would be like me calling up Susan Wojcicki if I had a personal friendship with her and be like, yo, I need this channel yeeted, right? Like, but don't make it get back to me. Like, whatever.
No, Matt, you're right. And it's fucked up, bro. People are abusing the shit out of TOS lately. Just abusing them.
It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Like, it's just going to be like, it's going to be nuts. Benson here once again says Cavill is Bond. You keep saying it, man. You keep saying it.
We'll see.
We'll wait to see. We'll wait to see. I'm just saying there's some crazy shit going on there. HWAD here for 5 also. Thank you, buddy. He says, no, us Michiganders don't sound like Wisconsin hicks. Yeah, but like what part of, are you in the upper peninsula? Because let's be fair about the upper peninsula.
It's basically Canada.
Well, no, it's kind of like it's connected to Wisconsin. But it is, a lot of weird shit up there. All right. Also, Michigan has a city called Hell. Did you know that?
No.
Michigan has a city called Hell. And I don't know why it's not like the most premier place to live in Michigan.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you know, I moved here to go to.
If I could live in that one town, there's two towns I would love to live in. That one that's in Wyoming, where it's just one house, and the guy that owns the house is the governor of that, he's the mayor of, and it's just one house, literally one house and a post office. That's it. And it's like this, and I would like to live, even though it's dangerous, I would like to live in that place in Pennsylvania that's been on fire for like 70 years underground. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I've heard about that. Yeah. Yeah. What's funny is the movie Silent Hill.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
No, that's from Pennsylvania. That's from Pennsylvania. And I know that.
Pennsylvania. What?
You said, I thought you said Wyoming.
I said there's a small town in Wyoming. But I would also like to live in that place in Pennsylvania that's now you got me fucked up. That is on fire underground. It's been on fire for like 100 years or some shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's funny because as I was putting together, because I'm again, I'm going to be kind of pimping my own shit here. As I was putting together the lineup for February's episodes of Podio Commentary, one of them is going to be Silent Hill.
Yeah, the first one was good,
and I love it. Yeah, it's great. But as I'm doing my research on it, it was based on that town, the mining town that's got that fire going on underneath.
Yeah, so I think that's awesome.
That was a bit of stuff with that. Anyway, we haven't even gotten to like
buried the lead for an hour and a half. Let's go.
Man. An hour and a half. Yeah. We'll kind of there's a couple things.
I just ain't been here in a while. That's all.
We'll it's been a fun combo, and I think people out there are enjoying it. So if you like it, hit the like. I guess you know, if you're enjoying what we do here. You know, make sure support.
Smash the like button,
right in, mate. Yeah, pretend I'm a Snyderverse fan, man. You know,
now you went all broomy. Now you went all cockney.
No, that's one of those guys. There's one of those guys that does that. I go, hey man, I'm fucking drunk, man.
Bullet teeth. That you went all bullet tooth.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. Snatch is a great movie. I don't give a fuck. You like Degs?
You like Degs? Yeah, I like Degs. Oh, dogs. Yeah, I like Degs.
What are you worried about, Tommy? Is he Germans?
Yeah.
always
be wary of a man with a pig farm.
No shit.
Oh, Bricktop, would you like some sugar? No, thanks, mate. I'm sweet enough.
I'm sweet enough.
Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. Someone here has a fake $3 theater account. That's not me, by the way. Support Podio Commentary. Thank you.
That's funny. Isaac, is that you?
No, I don't think it's Isaac. I think I know who it is. But thank you very much. Matt paid himself. No, I didn't pay myself. I'm way too cheap for that. Why would I give them 30 cents or 60 cents?
No,
that's Daddy's poor.
What's the candy bar these days?
Yeah. Dude, you've seen the price of eggs?
Oh my! I just bought some today. $4 for eggs, bro. $4 and something for eggs. What?
Yeah, let's see. Spherical Commander says either keep staying off topic or end the stream. Who cares about the news? I mean, there's stuff there, but all right. So, found this out today. Violent Night 2 is happening, which is great. Have you seen Violent Night yet?
I have it. And I haven't watched it yet, though, but I've heard nothing but good stuff about it.
It's so good.
It's really fun.
It's such a good movie. I don't know. I haven't read the whole article. I just know the headlines. I don't know if there's going to be any spoilers in this. I hope not.
Die Hard meets The Matrix, but Christmas time. That's what I'm hearing.
It's not. No, it's not Die Hard meets The Matrix. It is Die Hard, though. It's like Die Hard meets Home Alone.
Oh, that's even better. See, that's the best.
Oh, no. Trust me when I say that. I'm not going to go into any more detail than that.
Yeah,
but trust me.
I'm going to watch that. I might watch that tonight.
When you watch it, message me. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And I want you to be like, I just want to get your immediate reaction.
Oh, yeah, no, I will as soon as I watch it. Yeah,
it's so good here. All right. So it says Violent Night 2022's Bad Santa meets Die Hard. That's not accurate. It's not Bad Santa at all. It's not. That's so stupid to say.
I like Home Alone.
The Home Alone analogy is better. They call it Bad Santa because he kills people, but Bad Santa was like Billy Bob Thornton was just a piece of shit.
He's a deviant piece of shit,
right? Yeah, but this Santa actually fucking cares about Christmas. Like, that's a whole part of it.
You're already winning me over. You know what I mean? Like, I already want to see it. I want to see a fucking badass Santa who's like, nobody fucks with these kids on Christmas.
Oh, no, it's basically just like, he goes like, no one cares about Christmas anymore. And then through the process of the movie, his faith in Christmas gets restored. That's the Christmas fucking miracle.
That's awesome. I heard that John Leguizamo was even good in it, and I ain't seen him anything good. Well, I don't know. It's a pleasant surprise. If you haven't seen it yet, it's on HBO Max. Guys, check out the menu. It's different.
Oh, I need to watch it. I got to watch that one.
Really good, man.
But anyway, let's go on here because it says that The movie was a sleeper hit, making more than $75 million globally on a budget of only 25 million. I heard 20 million, but whatever. Plus untold riches from its PVOD release shortly after its theatrical bow. Dude, it was on PVOD like 2 weeks after it came out. Right? Like right before Christmas. It dropped first week of December.
75 million in 2 weeks?
No, it made, sorry, I didn't mean to burp, but it made 75 million since the beginning of December.
Oh, okay.
But it released on Universal does this thing where they release on PVOD pretty quickly. Like we were talking about this last night. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish has done like,
it's good.
It's
really good.
Fucking amazing, dude. Fucking amazing. But that movie was like number 3 over the weekend, or maybe number 2 with 11.5 million, and it's been on PVOD now for weeks, and it's doing really good on PVOD, but people are still going to see it in theaters.
What is Universal? They don't have a streaming, so what do they use?
No, they have Peacock. Peacock is their streaming. And
Universal is Peacock?
And Violent, I know, right? Because that's the stupidest fucking name ever.
So wait a minute, this movie's on Peacock right now?
It's on Peacock right now, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to watch it as soon as we're done, bro.
It's so good. It's so fucking good. Also, if you happen to be a Beverly D'Angelo fan, she's in it.
Man, come on. I love her in everything. She was even good in the crazy one where Batman, Michael oh my god. Who's the first Batman? That's Michael how high I am right now. Michael Keaton, where he was the bad guy with Meg Ryan. Pacific Heights. Beverly, she was even good in that, Beverly D'Angelo was. Yeah, all the Christmas Vacation, National Lampoon's Vacation. She's in this movie. That's awesome, dude. Oh,
yeah. Well, have you heard her voice recently? Because she does a lot of smoking. So her voice is totally different than what it used to be. But
so she went pure, what's her face? From,
Carrie Fisher. She went full Carrie Fisher.
Who's the other one? Romancing the Stone, Jewel.
Fucking Kathleen Turner.
Kathleen Turner. Yeah, she sounds like a dude, bro. She sounds like dude.
I don't care. She could V.I. Warshawski my ass any day.
Oh, dude, you can't believe you said V.I. Warshawski, bro. That's dude. I just fell in love with you even more, bro. That's crazy.
I could have said Romancing the Stone. Yeah, I could have even gone as far as Jewel of the Nile, but fuck no. I'm talking about V.I. Warshawski.
Did she have the greatest apartment ever in that movie?
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
You look out the window and it's Wrigley Field. She could watch the games from her house.
Oh, nice. Oh, what was that one? What was the one she was in with Dennis Quaid? They were spies. Was it Baby Blues or whatever it was? There was a family comedy. Came out like in 96. I think it came out right around the same time as like Star Trek Next Generation. Like they have their little baby and they're like taking their baby on missions and stuff. It's like it's a family comedy thing.
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw her as a kid in Body Heat, bro.
My first experience was Jessica Rabbit. So yeah.
We can talk about watercolors anytime you want, backstage or right here. I'm into water. I'm just letting you know I'm into watercolors. Would Chris fuck a cartoon? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like,
there you go.
Would you fuck Jessica Rabbit? Duh.
What was the one with Brad Pitt? Cool World. Yeah.
Cool World. Yeah. With Kim Basinger. Yeah.
Where the world would end if he fucked her and he fucked her. It's so crazy, dude. Like, they were
all I'm saying is the reality of it is, man, pussy kills. It's just, I mean, that's just that. Like men will destroy the pussy, they'll destroy the world for pussy. In fact, actually, what is it? What was it? 10 Things I Hate About You there's a great line from Heath Ledger in that movie when they're talking about the Larissa Oleynik character. I forget her name. And everyone's all about her and whatever. And he just goes like, what? Does this girl have beer-flavored nipples?
Beer-flavored nipples, yeah.
It's just
and
such,
he
like,
goes, hey. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, hey.
Yeah. And you're like, but I've used that line before. It's true. Like, what is it people care? Like, what is it that's so special about this person?
That's a great movie, man. That's a great movie.
So what am I doing again? What are we going off topic? Oh, noes.
No, we're talking about the Santa thing, but there's conversation within the Santa thing. Like, we're totally into like
this is Hollywood After Dark. How often do I make jokes about coming?
At least once a stream.
I met a woman at Panda Express the other night. We're talking, and I mentioned I do YouTube. She's like, she's older. She's got kids are grown up, whatever. She's like, so you make like half your money on YouTube? I said, yeah, it's like half my job. And this other stuff, half of my job. And she's all like, how do you do that? Like, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I talk about movies. She's like, really? I'm like, well, I do a show. It's like a late night talk show about movies. I make a lot of inappropriate jokes. And she's like, what do you mean? She's like, well, my kids are like 18. Would they like it? I'm all like, probably, because I say a lot of inappropriate things. Yeah. You know, and I'm just like,
I'm Matt Jarbo. I say inappropriate things.
I say dumb things. I say inappropriate things. And it's funny, you know, by the way, I use that as as such a lazy defense, right? And I don't even make it. I put that in my Twitter bio. So when I have a hot take and people just want to like try to immediately like deflect from it, they'll just like highlight that and go, oh, he says it in his Twitter bio. He says dumb things. Yeah, that's not usually what I'm referring to, but I just love it that people automatically try to like deflect from what I actually say by just immediately going to that. So it saves me from the defense of, oh no, Your Honor, I was only acting retarded. Right? Like it saves on that defense.
It's a built-in disclaimer.
It really is. It's just a get out of jail free card. Like you could say whatever you want because you've already set the fucking terms.
There you go.
All right. So yeah, anyway, let's get back to this here. So Tommy Wirkola directed movie. Because he was originally an ancient Norse warrior. So, and then there'll be more Christmases for Harbor Santa to save. Yes, Wirkola said that they've asked the sequel is happening. We're talking about it and we're just making deals and getting everything in order. And they say here that we have time to really crack the script and figure out a story. We have some ideas, me and Pat and Josh and the producers. We've been talking about where we want to take it and what we want to see. As for the story, expect to see a lot more of the traditional Santa Claus mythology, but with a violent night twist. And there's stuff we left on the floor, like the North Pole, Mrs. Claus, and the elves.
Yeah, I like that.
And they said, but story-wise, I think we have a really, really cool idea that expands on the world and scope, but still keeping the tone that we love from the first one. And the thing is, like, David Harbour really brings this, like, awesome performance all the way through.
I like him in everything he's ever been in.
Yeah, he's really good. He what sucks though about this,
I loved him as Red Guardian. I can't lie.
He was great as Red Guardian. I know H. Schwartz agrees with me. We're both defenders of Hellboy 2019.
I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it's not horrible.
It's not horrible. It's not fucking horrible. It's actually pretty solid. Like the movie's not bad. If you let go of the Ron Perlman Guillermo shit.
Yeah.
All right. And don't get me wrong. Like I want Hellboy 3 with Ron Perlman. Like give me an animated movie to wrap up the trilogy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah. Fucking Universal. God damn it. Do that shit. It was New Line with the first one, Universal with the second. So I don't even know who has the rights right now. But either way, they could do something along those lines with that. But no, the movie was not bad. It wasn't great. It had a specific kind of feel to it. You know, it kind of felt like late 2000s a little bit, like around the time.
For me, because I don't know much about Hellboy. I'm not really deeply invested in it.
Yeah.
You know, Golden Army was a great movie.
Trust me, that's a better movie. That's a better movie. Both other Hellboy movies are way better than Hellboy 2019. But Harbour did a good job. And actually, I would argue that in some aspects, the story of Hellboy 2019 expanded the mythos of that world a lot more than the first two movies. There were certain story elements from the comics, like multiple different comic runs within the Hellboy world that were kind of put into this as a way to kind of expand it out there. Yeah, but I think it was fine.
I mean, yeah, that's cool. It's just multiverse type of shit without the multiverse. I get
it. Spherical Man here says, I loved Hellboy 19. Ryan here says Hellboy 2 was amazing. I mean, yeah, Hellboy 2 was.
I just saw his bring up Spherical Man again. I just saw that's a great avatar.
Is that Batman at a buffet?
That's me 3 or 4 years ago, man. That's me, bro. In that Batman suit. Definitely. Well, I don't think I was that big, but yeah. That's funny, Spherical Man. That made me laugh.
He's got some good ones there. We got a Comedian here for $2. Thank you. Says the Trump defense. I mean, it kind of works. I'll tell you, actually, here's the Trump defense. The Trump defense is not that he's too stupid, right? The Trump defense is that he just doesn't care what he says. So if you keep doubling down on what you say and you speak with an air of authority, people are going to believe you. In fact, actually, when I talked about that quite a bit in the Podio commentary on The Mist, where you have the different authoritative type characters that are able to command the attention for different reasons.
If you command, this is my theory, okay, and I don't really lean either direction when it comes to politics too hardcore. I like to consider myself libertarian, progressive, but if you're gonna say those kinds of things and you have an audience like that, and you keep doubling down dumb shit you said, you're irresponsible. He was an irresponsible president. I don't care what anyone says. He was funny for a minute. Then I saw shit starting to get real. And the more I watched that January 6th shit, I'm like, wow, man, wow. It is a good defense. You're right, man. You could just do and say whatever the fuck you want, man.
Well, if no one's going to hold you accountable, exactly. And how can people hold you accountable? All things considered, like if you're a billionaire, allegedly, and you're the president and you've got like no real oversight because nobody wants to fuck with you, you can do whatever you want. Like the thing is, like we do live in a post consequence culture, and that's very much the Trump legacy. But anyway, let's not dwell on that.
Yeah, let's not dwell.
So last night they had the new episode of The Last of Us episode 2, and it actually received 5.7 million viewers across HBO and HBO Max, a 22% increase from last week at 4.7 million.
And I heard they're following the storyline.
Well, there are some differences.
And there's always some differences.
Well, no, I mean, like the ending of the episode vehemently changes canon and to what happens with the character. But I like what happened here a lot more. I've actually thought about doing more of a. Actually, this is going to sound funny. So I was at the library today. I was reading up on The Last of Us and everything. I actually put together 2 potential outlines for deep dive explanations, or like kind of mini podio commentary episodes on The Last of Us episodes. And I might do that. I don't know if I want.
Library?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I take my kids to school because like it is getting after midnight here. I have to go to bed here pretty soon. I take my kids to school in the morning. And then
you have everything you need to do research from home. I just wondered why you went to a library. That's
all. Oh, well, a couple of reasons. For one, my kids go to school like 18 miles away from my house.
So you chill till it's time to pick them up. That's cool.
I drop them off. I head over to the library. I work for about 2.5 hours, and then I can go back and pick them up. And they go to their school is like 2 minutes from the library, so it's really nice. The downside, though, is that the library doesn't open until 9, and I drop them off at 8:20 in the morning. So I got about 40 minutes to kill.
Have a bagel.
Have a bagel. Fucking chill out. Usually I just go park in the. I'll either go to Safeway and like wander around for like 30 minutes, just get some steps in and stuff. But I got to be careful now. I got to. By the way, guys, this is true. I have an arch nemesis at the library now. Right? I have an arch nemesis. I found this out today. So I go there Monday to Thursday, and I sit in the same seat, right? The library moved to the desk I was using, and so I have to relocate to another corner. But I like sitting in the corner because I just prefer it. I just like to be sitting in the corner. But there's this homeless guy, right, that goes on in there and whatnot, and he's there at 9 o'clock in the morning, just like I am. And if I can't I always had a feeling this guy was gunning for my seat. Today, I proved it. The motherfucker gets in there. I got stopped by trying to be nice to an elderly couple. This old lady and whatever were walking on in. So I held the door open for him, and this guy gets in ahead of me. And I'm trying to like weave around to get to where my desk is. And I miss it by like 3 seconds, and he takes the spot. So I know for a fucking fact that this fucking guy, he knows I'm there Monday to Thursday. He knows that I'm there, but he wants that spot too. So he saw me coming, but he still went to go take that fucking spot. And I'm not going to be a dick about it because whatever. It's a library. It is what it is. But I'll tell you, this pissed me off today. And this is just me being petty. I guess it's me being petty. But it's like, for one, like two guys down from me was a guy who was like just coughing up a storm and like sniffling and sneezing up a storm. And I'm like, bro, like go the fuck home, bro. Like
go home, man.
Go home. Bro. Like he's there a lot too. So he's there a lot. But it's like, if you're sick, dude, go home. But also there was some guy there who like smoked a cigarette. I'm an ex-smoker. I have so much trouble with fucking secondhand smoke, with like stale cigarette smoke smell.
And you can smell it too when you stop.
I can smell it a mile away. Like you can never not smell it. So there's that was getting distracting. Then another guy comes in, sits down, smells like wet fucking dog. You know, and I'm just like, God, but if I was over in my corner spot, I don't catch any of these scents.
Yeah,
I don't got to deal with any of this stuff. I can sit in my
had a bad
corner.
library day.
You know, yeah. But like, you know, but there are people that like to bring their service dogs, and I don't have a problem with that. But it's like Olympia has a pretty decent homeless population issue, and the library is warm. It's wintertime. It's warm. They can go on in, use the bathroom, you know, Wi-Fi and shit. And I totally support all that. But it's like, I'm just like, I have such a thing with smells. I have, by the way, this is true. I get olfactory hallucinations. You ever heard of that?
No.
Olfactory hallucinations is I smell things that aren't there. Largely burning. I'm not even kidding you. It's been happening. It's been worse recently. But I get this thing where it's like, oh, I'll start.
Go get a CAT scan.
I'm not smelling almonds or nothing, right?
No,
I mean,
but it doesn't have to be a stroke, Maddie. It could be an aneurysm.
I don't think it's an aneurysm. It's been happening for months.
Yeah, it could be a little one getting. If you're saying it's getting worse progressively,
that means no. It went away for a few months. It went away for a few months, and then it's just recently started coming back.
Man. I'm just saying, you're a dad.
I know. I need to get a new doctor too. This is the thing pissed me off. I tell my doctor, I'm like, hey, this thing happened, and she'll be like, okay. And like, she'll just, I'm like,
your doctor sucks, bro.
She'll be like, do you want a pill for that? And I'm just like,
they throw a pill at everything now. They throw a
pill at everything. I'm like, well, what is it? I'm on like avorstatin, lisinopril, sertraline, metformin, fucking D12, fish oil, baby aspirin.
I can't do metformin. It fucks me up, man.
It's actually I'm not lying. It's keeping my weight in check. So
that's good.
I'm okay with that. Like, I'm like, man, I've been eating like shit, but I'm like, I ain't really looking like too much. I still need to go work out more. But it's weird. My aunt is the same way when it comes to smells. Like, part of me wants to pick up smoking again because I didn't have any problem smelling shit, you know, but it's like, but nowadays, ever since I quit, which has now been like 16 and a half years, I can smell a lot of stuff. Like, I can be in the car and I can pick up on somebody smoking a cigarette like 4 cars ahead of me. I can go, and I just
olfactory hallucinations.
It's olfactory hallucination because like that's like your olfactory, like that's the I looked it up. I'm like, that's what it says.
Oh, I was just wondering why they called it that.
So it's just kind of like I just hate it. So what I do to combat it when it gets bad is I've got this little. It's a little nose. It's eucalyptus for the nose, right? It's a little inhaler I got from the Dollar Tree.
I have.
So I got
the same thing.
Yeah, I just pop it in, take a couple deep whiffs of that, you know, and people look at me like I'm weird. I'm all like, I'd rather smell this than your stanky ass.
Yeah, no, I get it. You had a bad library day, bro. Now you have an arch nemesis. You're the only guy I know that could like piss off everybody on the internet and a homeless guy.
It's not, I'm not mean about it, but I now know what I have to do.
He's gunning for your spot, bro. You got to get there early. And you have to think hockey.
What, like kneecap him?
No, just
throw down some gloves and be all like,
just a little cross check, bump him out of the way. Or here's a better idea, man. Here's a better idea. Give him a couple bucks. Give him a couple.
Don't take my fucking seat, bitch.
I'll take my seat. Here's $5. Get you to the day. You know what I mean? $5 ain't shit no more. But he can get if he's a wino. I'm so like judging this dude, like stereotyping him. He may not be an alcoholic, but
no, I don't. I'm not going to be mean about it or nothing like that. I'm just gonna politely. I'm just I'm gonna get out there a little early tomorrow, and I'm just gonna take my spot. And I'm just gonna show him what's up.
You need to move. God forbid something happened to you. Go all soprano.
Yeah, it's like, the seat, it's kind of my seat, you can get it on Fridays, but Monday to Thursday is my ride, motherfucker. No, I mean, I feel bad for feeling that way, but it's like, it's like routine. You want to have, you used to where you sit. It's a nice kind of dark corner.
Tell you're that kind of dude. I'm the same way. I'm a creature of habit, dude. And once I get set in a routine, I want to stay in my routine.
Yeah.
Like, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I fucking hate it. It's fucking nuts. But all right, let's like careful, Matt, the seat might be sticky with Hopoku.
Yeah.
The seat I was at today felt like that though, because there was like it was I don't know. It's a thing.
You're out of your comfort zone, I try to sit in all the corners too, wherever I go, but for different reasons.
Well, the reason why I like this particular spot
behind you and shit, you got your back to the wall. That's just always been me.
I can go to the other side of the library. Like this time of year is not so bad because like, you know, whatever. But like where the library has us at now, the sun doesn't directly come in that window. On the other side of the building though, like, you know, where I could sit, the sun would directly come on in.
You sound like Sheldon. You know that, right?
I know I sound like Sheldon. I get it. I'm particular.
No, you really do. Like this is the best.
You know what? Like, you know, I know someone said recently, like you might have a touch of the tism, right? I don't know. I mean, I get particular. The older I get, the more particular I get. And maybe that's just because like I'm just getting older. And I'm like, I know what I like. Get the fuck out of my way.
It comes with that. Like your brain, when you get older, I'm a little bit older than you, and I'm telling you, it's true. First you'll be like, wow, I can't do that no more. And then next you'll be getting your routine. You know what you like, you know what you don't like, and you're at that age where you're just not going to put up with the bullshit. You know, so. Me, I would probably not even gone to the library that day, but that's my OCD.
Well, there's really nothing else for me to, I mean, like the only other thing I could do would be like, there's other coffee shops. I've tried going to Starbucks. There's too many fucking people. You know what I mean?
They have skee ball.
I've gone, well,
there's Kevin Smith. I didn't mean to.
Well, no, it's like I went to Starbucks and it's like, it's hard to get a table where there's a place to plug in my computer, plug in my laptop. And then I've gone to another coffee shop that's nearby and it's nicer, it's quainter, but there's no place to plug anything in. They have no available plugs at all. They just don't have them. So I'm like, God damn it. You know, and then I've gone to like, the only other place I feel that's been good is there's a Starbucks and a Target right down the street. And I've gone in there before when the library's been closed and I just like sat in the back of the Starbucks. Like the lady at Starbucks went on break for 15 minutes, literally turned the lights off in the Starbucks. And she was like, are you okay to sit here in the dark? I'm like, I prefer it.
I would rather be in the dark. Yeah. Remember in the classroom when the teacher turned the lights off? It was always like the best.
Yeah. I don't know why. Yeah. He's like, all right, chill. Yeah. Ooh, natural lighting, the low hum from the air conditioner. I'm going to pass out right here.
Wow, you've got it down to a T, bro. You're dialed in.
I like what I fucking like. What can I say? Try a Panera. I mean, the nearest Panera is a little bit further out of the way than I would like, unfortunately. So, you know, there's that. But I mean, I just like the library. Just get the fuck out of my seat. That's all it is. Ryan here says, I think you can check out books on movies at the library. You can. This library actually gets a lot of like new movies too. So, all right. Okay, let's get into this culture war shit because we are running up on 2 hours and I actually do need to get to bed. So today, it was announced that Maya Rudolph has become the new spokesperson for the M&Ms with the spokes candies paused indefinitely. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I did. It's chocolate.
It's weird.
It's so this weird.
This is their statement. Because they put out a fucking statement. I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna do it good. America, let's talk. In the last year, we've made
No, you're really good at this. I love
it. Yeah. America, let's talk. In the last year, we've made some changes to our beloved spokes candies. We weren't sure if anyone would even notice, and we definitely didn't think it would break the internet. But now we get it. Even a candy's shoes can be polarizing, which was the last thing M&M's wanted since we're all about bringing people together. Therefore, we have decided to take an indefinite pause from the spokes candies. In their place, we are proud to introduce a spokesperson America can agree on, the beloved Maya Rudolph. We are confident Miss Rudolph will champion the power of fun to create a world where everyone feels where they belong. Like my first thought on this, Chris, was like, oh, fuck, Fox won.
Tucker won.
Tucker won. God damn it. Fucking Cucker Carlson.
You know what my first thought was? I fucking love Maya. Let's see what she's got. I love Maya Rudolph. You know what I mean? So, but I also thought, is everybody going to jump on this and be like, oh, the Get Woke go broke. Eminem's going bankrupt.
Well, that's what they're trying to argue here. Like I saw that it's like, you know, you have this new, remember when they put the brown Eminem in heels last year and like, fucking like Tucker was upset that he couldn't fuck a fucking Eminem or something like that.
Weird, man.
And then and then now you got the was it the peanut Eminem is like a trans one? I don't know. Right, but they were all. I don't even know why they were.
Misgender the M&Ms, bro.
I don't want to misgender the M&Ms. You know what? Live your best life.
The dumbest shit I've ever said.
Well, it's weird.
We're in a world I don't recognize, man.
Yeah, we are in a world
for misgendering a fucking piece of chocolate candy.
Dude, we're in a world right now where like Hogwarts Legacy is turning into the next fucking Gamergate, and I'm not the only one saying that.
No. I was gonna ask you that on Twitter, and but now that you said it, yeah, I agree. It's weird.
Oh no, I saw an article tonight from We Got This Covered that even tried to chime in on it because apparently Mark Hamill had liked one of J.K. Rowling's potentially or allegedly
now they're trying to cancel him, and he's been progressive and left as fuck for years.
It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. So it's like expect that the game is going to sell like fucking hotcakes when it comes out in a couple of weeks. But anyway, but I'll tell you. So at first I thought Fox won, Tucker won, which I fucking hate. But then I thought more about it, and you know what it is? It's a bit. The whole thing's a bit.
A work? You think it's a work? It could be a work.
The Super Bowl. It's a rug bowl. The Super Bowl is popping up here in a couple weeks. Right? Think about all the free publicity they're going to get on Fox News. Right? All the fucking chuds are going to be like, get woke, go broke.
You know what would really mind fuck them? Have Tucker in the commercial. Like I think he was in on the work. He was in on the bit. Nah, too many people hate him. That might actually throw the candy sales down.
That might hurt them a little
funny.
Bit, yeah.
It'd still be funny if he was in there like, gotcha.
Gotcha, bitches. You know, no, I don't think he's got that kind of a sense of humor, to be honest with you.
He probably doesn't. And Maya Rudolph introduces the new voice of the new female spokesman. It's like Candace Owens. I'm fabricating mythos in my head. Stop it. Make me stop, Matt. But that'd be some funny shit.
They'll figure out some way to do it.
But all right. Super Bowl's coming up, man. Less than a month. You're right.
I think it's a bit. I think it's just like look, they're gonna get so much free publicity off of this. And
they're already getting it. Look, we're talking about it right now. You're not a small channel, Maddie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
I mean, like, you know, but it's like, for one, I love Maya Rudolph. She is America's mom at this point. If you think about it, right? Every movie she's in, Mitchell versus the Machines, the mom. Luca, the mom. You know, she's Aunt Cass in fucking Big Hero 6. Arguably her most fuckable character. I'm just being honest. There is a lot of love for Aunt Cass. Like, there's a lot of degenerate love for Aunt Cass.
The one she did with Kristen Wiig and Melissa McCarthy was hilarious. Bridesmaids, shit was hilarious, man.
I think the first half of that movie was funny. I didn't care for the last half, but no, but she's great. I think she's hysterical. I love Maya Rudolph. You ever watch Big Mouth?
Yeah, she's
Connie.
Yeah,
she's Connie.
Yeah.
Well, hey though, baby. I can't do the voice, but it's like, oh, Maury. The whole season, this last season of Big Mouth, it's just a funny show. But she's a treasure. Her and Amy Poehler are a treasure. Oh, isn't she the mom in Lego Movie? She is. Yeah, she really is. There's a lot there. She's done a lot with that. So this is clearly
her,
a bit.
Amy, Tina, and Kristen are like SNL royalty, man. Like they're, they really are. So I'm anxious to see what happens, but people are going to try to use it. They're going to make it political, but I think Eminem is like, we don't give a fuck, you know?
Yeah, there's that meme of the quartering where you had to go you made it political.
I really don't like that social climbing fuck. I don't like him at all, man. Every day it's about, oh, please help me. And if you really want to help the channel, buy my coffee. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're a grifter, man. I just don't like that, dude.
My favorite thing about that is he tries to brand himself as a conservative, which then he'll claim he's not when he's pressured on it. But then he'll be like, oh, coffee brand coffee, an entirely like apolitical, non-woke coffee brewing company. It's all about the beans. Yet the company that manufactures it like openly donates to LGBTQ charities. And they're pretty progressively woke. And I think all of the guys, like Nerdrotic has his own coffee. There's a lot of these right wingers that got their coffee. For some reason, that's the new grift.
Yeah, like the Black Rifle started it. Yeah, it's weird, bro. That is
no, they fucking hate Black Rifle now, dude. Black Rifle.
Yeah, Black Rifle came out and said something, and it pissed off the guy from the sports channel, or whatever the fuck it, Barstool, and blah blah. Yeah, and it's just dumb. It's so fucking dumb. It is to me. It's dumb. It's just grifting. That's how I see it. Grifting.
Yeah. It's very much,
but whatever, make a paper, How big's your fucking house got to be, Jeremy? That's all I want to know. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Until
your house got to fucking be.
Until he builds an actual like bidet, like in his basement. You know what it is? You know what it is? What he needs is that chair from Idiocracy.
There you go.
That's got your bathroom. Yeah, you can bait on it. You can take a dump on it. There you have it. There you have it.
I wonder what he's got to say about this. He's in some sort of. I mean, look. I will say this. I don't agree with him getting banned over dumb shit like that. But he said so much other dumb shit. He's been caught driving drunk. Like the dude's. He's not a good person, man. He's not. He's got the acting part down pat, but I don't think he's a good person.
Yeah.
You
know? Rational here says, I DM'd you a quick video. I don't see it, so I don't know what it is.
It's really short. Careful, Matt, opening shit, because...
Oh, I'm careful, man. I'm careful these days.
You never know.
Okay, you never know. Man. Yeah, I know.
Bam, BBC, with a big smiley face on it. It says, hi, Matt.
I mean, that could be funny.
That could be funny. That's your kind of humor, too. Every person I've ever met on the internet, you are the most Kevin Smith. If I could take Tarantino and Kevin Smith and put them together, that would be your style of comedy.
I mean, I just like to laugh at dumb shit. And half the time, that's just my fucking self. So, let's see. All right. I don't know what it is you fucking sent me here. I'll let it process because it's not like I can't play it through the app. So, let's see here. Anyway, all right. What the fuck? What is it you sent me over? What is this shit? I don't even know what it is. All right. So let's talk about, cause it is getting late. The Razzies. This is their 43rd annual Razzie nomination video to see which movies they actually decided to shit on in 2023. Let's find out.
Remember when Halle picked up her award?
I remember when Sandra Bullock did. She had won like Best Actress for like
I love
Blindside.
I love women with senses of humor like that. She went in there for Catwoman. Halle went in and like cleaned up on Catwoman. Worst actress, worst movie. Yeah, and she went in there and was a total class act about it. I love women like that.
Well, it's like there's that, and then but when Sandra Bullock was nominated for All About Steve, that weird movie where she's like fucking stalking Bradley Cooper. Or whatever. Because she had gotten nominated for worst actress for that one, but then won best actress for The Blind Side. So she went in there and she accepted the award for worst actress and then gave everybody DVD copies of What About Steve.
That's hilarious.
I would be like, look, I would get her to autograph that shit. I'd be like,
my bathroom's right next to me. Dude, I got my own bathroom now in this new house. It's amazing. Anyway, I'll be right back while you play this trailer.
All right. Let's see. Wait. Pete Davidson for the voice of Marmaduke. Dude. Dude, Marmaduke was such shit. All right, so we have Colson Bake for Good Morning. I don't know who that is, but he looks like Machine Gun Kelly. You got Jared Leto from Morbius. Which there's worse than that out there. Sylvester Stallone for Samaritan. I've heard good things about that.
I enjoyed Samaritan. What the hell?
I saw the trailer for it finally. It looks pretty solid. And then you've got Tom Hanks for Pinocchio, which
Jared's gonna win that.
I think, dude, Pete Davidson for Marmaduke. That's real.
Right. I forgot.
That's real.
Didn't you like it?
No, I watched it.
I watched it. Didn't like it.
That's what bad. It was. Yeah. It's so bad. Like my kids wanted to watch it. Like, all right. I'm like, Pete Davidson as Marmaduke. This just okay. All right, let's move on. All right, so you got Alicia Silverstone in the Requiem.
I did not even know she was still acting anymore.
She's just coming back. Yeah, she's, and I'm here for it. I'm a huge Alicia fan. You've got Bryce Dallas Howard for Jurassic World Dominion.
Not a good movie.
I still haven't seen it. Ryan Kiera Armstrong for Firestarter. What you're gonna wait? Hold on. You're an 8-year-old girl,
You're gonna
9-year-old girl.
her?
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I think the Razzies are all in good fun, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I do too.
But it's like, I don't know, a 9-year-old or kid.
Yeah.
Like that's just like, look, fine. She's not Drew Barrymore from back in the 80s, but still I think that's fucked up. Then you got Diane Keaton for Jack and Rita or whatever it is.
That's terrible too, because I can't think of anything Diane's been in that's bad. Hey,
well, that's the one. That's the one where she like switches bodies, I think, with like a younger woman or something.
Oh my god! So it's Freaky Friday. All right,
maybe, or she just like becomes a young. I don't know. I don't remember. Or no, she's like a young woman that like feels old, or I don't know. I saw the trailer, and you got Kaya Scodelario for The King's Daughter, which like they buried. I think MGM like buried that movie. That was one with Pierce Brosnan in it. They buried it for years.
Really?
Yeah, because like. And so it just came out, but it's like, okay, this is not Bryce Dallas Howard is obviously going to be the winner.
What's Rec One about? What's the Rec One about?
I don't even know.
Okay,
don't even know.
Yeah, look it up.
Okay, so the
Pinocchio.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Good morning. That is Machine Gun Kelly. That's his real name.
Ooh. Oh, that might win. I heard that's awful. I heard it's awful.
All right. So you've got so you've got Pinocchio, Blonde, Good Morning, The King's Daughter, and Morbius are the worst pictures nominations of the year. Funny how they were all nominated for Ana de Armas wasn't nominated for worst actress. But, we'll wait and see on that one there.
Because I heard that movie was like, I wouldn't even watch it. But it was supposed to be like Oscar bait and ended up being pure trash.
Well, it's like it's NC-17. And so you're just like, how much is, Ana de Armas, like how much is, because is it like Showgirls type NC-17?
She just walks around. See, I will fight for Showgirls. I like Showgirls. I'll fight for it. I would fight for that movie, But Blonde, she's just walking around topless the whole time, and it's completely not needed. So I can see why people are like, wow, they're just objectifying this actress. There's scenes where she's topless and doesn't even need to be. Whereas Showgirls, I understood. I got it. It killed Elizabeth's career, though. Like, it killed it. What's that director's name?
Paul Verhoeven.
Paul Verhoeven. He did a lot of movies like that, but Showgirls was not a bad movie. Gina Gershon was great in that movie, I thought.
Kyle MacLachlan, I thought, was pretty good in it, too. So it was an interesting movie, but it was just like not at the right time. I think, I don't know. But all right. I mean, I haven't watched Pinocchio. I've only seen Morbius, and that movie was fun. So there's that. All right. I'm just going to lower the volume on this thing. So all that popcorn.
The King's Daughter's getting a lot of hate, though. Seems like,
yeah,
that must not be a good movie at all, man. That's on everything.
Yeah. So there's also, I think more of a thing here. Okay, see, worst supporting actor, Pete Davidson for Good Morning, Tom Hanks for Elvis, Xavier Samuel for Blonde, Maud's Son for Good Morning, Evan Williams for Blonde. So clearly Good Morning and Blonde are movies that they fucking hate.
Hated, yeah.
Worst supporting actress, Adria Arjona for Morbius. She wasn't bad. She was really good in fucking Andor. So, Lorraine Bracco for Pinocchio, Penelope Cruz.
I like Lorraine Bracco.
For 355. I need to see that. I haven't seen the 355 yet. Bing Bing Fan.
It's
two movies. Dude, the last Bing Bing Fan hasn't been in much in a while, if I recall. But she's, I don't know. Mia Sorvino, Lamborghini, The Man Behind the Legend. What the fuck?
I'm a car guy. I've seen it. It's about the guy that made Lamborghini. He started out selling tractors and he got into it with the guy from Ferrari, got into it with Enzo Ferrari, and he started making better cars. That's what the movie's about.
Okay. And so is that Frank Grillo as the guy?
Is Frank Grillo the one that plays Crossbones or Skull and Bones or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is him.
Yeah. It's Frank Grillo, Mia Sorvino. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, right.
Like, I just remember, what was it? Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
Yeah,
That was a
I
funny
remember
movie.
her from Mimic. I liked her in Mimic.
Oh no, she wasn't in Mimic.
Mira Sorvino
was she in Mimic?
The very first
or
one.
is she in Penelope? Was that Penelope Ann Miller?
No, it's Mira Sorvino in the first one. Yeah. First Mimic was Mira Sorvino. She was the DNA scientist or whatever. It's a good movie.
No, it was Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah. Now the sequels I don't know much about, but the first one was really good, and it was Mira Sorvino.
Oh, weird. Her dad just died recently.
Yeah, she's got to be in a bad place right now.
Oh, yeah. She's 55, man. God damn. That's fucking insane. Oh, she was in Mimic. That's right. What am I thinking of Penelope Ann Miller? What was she in that was a fucking horror movie?
Penelope Ann Miller. I'm trying to think who Penelope Ann Miller is.
Hold on here. What movie am I thinking of? Penel. There we go.
The minute you said the movie, I'll probably know.
Oh, it was Relic. Relic
and
Mimic.
Where they went underground and the monster was down there. Yeah.
Yeah. Relic and Mimic came out at about the same time.
I think Christian Slater was in Relic.
Was he in Relic? Tom Sizemore was in Relic.
Okay, so Christian Slater was in the other one.
I think you're thinking of Alone in the Dark.
Alone in the Dark. There you go.
Which we don't talk about Alone in the Dark.
Ball. Clutch, baby. Always clutch. I'm just a Christian Slater fan. I can't help it. Gleam in the Cube. Pump up the volume. Bro, he had me.
Good movies. Okay, so let's see here. And then go
watch
here.
Pump Up the Volume again, Maddie, and tell me that's not modern day YouTube.
You know what? I don't think I ever saw it.
It's about pirate radio and people voicing their opinions and getting in trouble for it and getting canceled by these uppity motherfuckers. Go watch it. It's amazing. It just has like a 30. I'm telling you, when you watch it, you'll be like, "This is like YouTube now."
Yeah. All right. I'll take a look at it.
Ahead of its time, bro. Ahead of its time.
Moving on here, we got worst actor, Coulson Machine Gun Kelly Baker. That was him. Good Morning, Jared Leto, Pete Davidson, Sylvester Stallone. We saw those ones. Worst actress, we saw those ones. Worst director, Judd Apatow, The Bubble. Machine Gun Kelly in his own movie. Daniel Espinosa for Morbius. I don't think that's fair because Sony really fucked with that movie. Even the director of Morbius basically was like, "Yeah, this is not the movie that I set out to make." More or less.
None of it's fair. None of it's fair, bro.
It's kind of crazy.
It's not a horrible movie. I finally watched it the other night. It's not bad.
All right. Worst screen couple: Tom Hanks in his latex-laden face and ludicrous accent for Elvis. Andrew Dominic and his issues with women in Blonde.
I've started that movie 3 times, Matt, and I can't get through it. I can't.
Both real-life characters in the fallacious White House bedroom scene in Blonde. Is that the one where she like gives JFK a blowjob or whatever?
Yep. That woman was absolutely, that actress, she's gorgeous, but she was absolutely, and I don't even talk like this. I'm not no male feminist, but she was objectified within an inch of her life in that movie. That movie was horrible.
I think that was the point, to be honest with you.
Wow.
No,
That's surreal as fuck, dude. I never even thought of it that way.
Like, I think that was like the point of the movie. I'm not saying it's good, but
no, that makes sense. We are going to imitate art in real life to show you what this woman went through. But poor Anna, you know what I mean? Poor Anna.
Yeah. Well, I mean, right now she's shooting the John Wick spinoff, so I think she's okay. Worst remake, rip-off sequel, Blonde. How was that a remake?
Didn't Michelle Williams do one?
Having a biopic of that is one thing. What is 365 days? Okay. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Don't even care. I don't know. I don't even, it's like, I've never heard of it. It's an Italian movie, I think.
Oh, then it's probably the greatest movie ever. Us Italians, man, we know what we're doing. And you're 1% Italian, so you can claim that.
Yeah, I can totally claim that. What you mean? It's fucking great. You fucking
great over here.
Don't stop believing.
From the beginning.
Don't stop
believing.
It's the greatest song of all fucking time.
From opening credits to the fucking end credits over here, it's the best movie ever. Talk about action. It's better than Rocky over here.
Yeah.
Don't get Italians watching Rocky. Eddie Murphy
what can I tell
lying.
you? You know,
bro. Eddie Murphy got that part right.
So there's a lot of Firestarter they hated. So we know how this is. I mean, it's really just like,
I think it's all in good fun, man. Tongue in cheek. Like, you run a shitty movie, it happens. You know what I mean? Just like every stream ain't a winner. Every video you put out ain't a winner. You know, every gameplay ain't a winner. I get it, you know. Sometimes you're just in some shit. But you know what was real? Look, first of all, ain't nothing real in Hollywood but the paycheck. All right. And you got a paycheck out of it, whether it's bad or good, you know. So I'm all right with
that's generally like what it goes into. It's just like, you know, like there was a woman who worked with Uwe Boll and did a movie called Blubberella.
Dude, and he did Blood Rain, right?
Yeah. But Blubberella was like a spoof of Blood Rain, which is really funny. And I talked to her once about that, and I was like, "So why'd you do it?" She's like, "Because it bought me a house."
There you go. There you go. I've heard people say that. I've heard people say, Michael Caine said something like that. Why were you in such and such? Oh, Jaws Revenge. He said, because you got to see the size of the house Jaws Revenge bought me. That's funny shit, man. You don't think that's funny? Jaws Revenge is like the worst Jaws movie ever. It's so bad. It is bad. But Michael Caine said, when everybody asked him about it, he says, you need to see the size of the house that Jaws Revenge bought me. Like, you know what I mean? He got a house in the Hamptons, somewhere in Long Island or some shit. So yeah, that's funny that other people said that because it bought me a house. There you go, man.
That's how it fucking works. I mean, I don't know if this girl's done anything since then. Let me look up real quick. I don't want to say who she is because, like, you know, I don't want to fucking.
Who was the one in the second Blood Rain? She was like I was like, dude, she looks good and she's a good actress. How did she end up in this shit? The one where it's like World War II and Blood Rain's always been World War II, but the first Blood Rain.
No, the first Blood Rain was like fucking ancient.
Yeah, it was
times.
crazy. But the second one was actually the Nazi stuff, you know, and it was a good. It was a bad movie, but she acted good in it. And I was like, how did she end up in this? And you know, but then again, all great actors go crazy once in a while. I mean, look at Nicolas Cage. I can remember when that guy was Hollywood gold. Now he's like the Steven Seagal of B movies. Like they just pop out. But
I think that's a little disingenuous, to be honest with you, because like I see the point you're trying to make though. But the difference though is that Seagal doesn't give a shit, and Cage is choosing films that seem interesting.
Yeah, I get it. Because a couple of them were. What's that Funhouse one that was crazy? And a couple
Willy's
of them
Wonderland,
and the one where the aliens came. That was a good one.
He's just had like a lot of he's had like a lot of fun with this. Okay, hold on, he said Blood Rain.
He did one where he played himself, I think.
Well, there was Blood Rain 2 Deliverance, which was that was Blood Rain. Oh, okay. You're thinking okay. So there's been 3 Blood Rain movies. The second one had a vampiric Billy the Kid. Was one, and then you've got Blood Rain. The third movie, which it's Natasha Mouthy.
Yeah, and she can act. I was like, wow, and she's pretty. I'm like, dude, she should have been something else. It's Blood Rain. She's going to
it's them high cheekbones. But she actually was she was in Elektra as Typhoid, and she was actually in the Dead or Alive movie. And she's still working. Looks like she's still, what is this? She's still working. She's worked with Uwe Boll quite a bit. You know what? One night is going to have to be just Uwe Boll movie trailer park. So that's what it's going to have to be. We're just watching Boll movies. That's what it's going to be.
That dude, he's one of those directors that like, he don't give a shit, dude. Like if you badmouth his movie, he'll sock you right in your face.
Yeah.
Like that dude's a fucking weirdo and he's violent. Dude.
he really is. Command Unit here for 2, thank you. Says Blood Raven's sex scene was worth watching the film. Or the Blood Raven's...
yeah, with her and not Michael Madsen.
No, it's not Michael Madsen. It's the one where Christiana Loken, like where they fuck in the jail cell, right? That's
that's not Michael Madsen.
That was no, I will admit that was a good scene. Just like there was an intensity on that scene because like she grabs the bars and she basically mounts herself.
Yeah,
and just goes to town. And you're like,
Like,
Yeah.
takes it.
But what's funny is, did you know that Michelle Rodriguez, Letty from Fast and Furious, and Christiana Loken actually got into a relationship because they were both in that, they met on that film set, and they ended up going into
I've
like
always had my thoughts about whether or not Jennifer was like that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that she was. I kind of knew, but I didn't know. But yeah, that I could see that happening, man. Because what she was in Terminator 3, yeah, Christiana Loken.
Yeah, that was her big her first big thing. Was that movie. And, and so yeah, she went on to go do the One Blood Rain. I don't know why she didn't go and do the others, but I mean, I guess we should say good for her on that one. But all right, man, listen, it's almost 1 a.m. I do have to get to bed, but there's 2 short videos to watch, like about a minute each, or one's a minute, one's under.
I like to watch them on the big screen if they're the ones that,
all right.
He sends in. So I'm going to say thank you for having me on. I've been needing this. I haven't been able to really, but thanks for having me. I always have fun when I come on here, man. So close out your show. I'll watch it, and I'm gonna message you as soon as I watch this movie, because that's what I'm going straight to the Santa movie, dude. I'm going right at Violet Night.
Go watch it. Go watch it.
And I'll tell you. All right.
Be good, all right, buddy. I'll see you later. Have a good one. Thank you very much, Chris. All right. So this is a Command Unit Final Liberation cutscene 002. It's a more Warhammer. I don't know what this is going to be, but let's find out. Wow, look at the 90s graphics.
Very impressive, Agrippa. Your victory was decisive.
It was in the Emperor's glory, Commissar Holt. We must now return to aid our brothers in their quest.
Yes, of course. The newly arrived warriors of the Mordian Iron Guard will provide the backbone to our initial assault. We move to take the spaceport. Reinforcement fleet Ravager approaches. The port is tactically crucial for their inclusion in our forces.
The Lord Commander Militant is fortunate to have you as his right hand in this campaign, Holt. No living Commissar holds more respect.
Goodbye, Agrippa. May the Emperor guide you in your quest.
All right. Don't know what's going on there, but I appreciate the FMV. I always have. All right. So finally tonight, we're going to take a look at here. This is the Nightmare Batmobile Bruce Wayne last message. I don't know what this is. Rational was really talking about it. Real quick here, Spherical Man asking, by the way, any word on Julian Sands? So, no, it's been 10 days. There's been no update on him. They're still looking. The area he went missing in apparently was prone to avalanches. So I don't know. 10 days is a long time. At this point, I just think they're hoping for body recovery, but we can still hold out hope. That's really sad. So, hey, thoughts and prayers to Julian Sands and his family, definitely. So, all right, let's take a look at this here.
I'm going to enter Darkside Fortress, so there is a high chance I won't return. This is a suicide mission to change the past and the future. We are in the final battle of Justice League.
Wait, I'm sorry, what? Did you say we're in the final battle of Justice League? Hold on, let me take a look here.
This is a suicide mission to change the past and the future. We are in the final battle of Justice League.
That's so stupid. That's so dumb. We're in the final battle, Justice League. I'm Batman. I'm fucking Batman. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, hey, listen. Look cool. Would like to see more. 20 seconds is really not much. Yeah, we're in the end game now. It's just Jesus. But all right, guys. Thank you very much. This episode definitely went off the rails quite a bit. Numbers. It's been this Holiday After Dark. That's what y'all expect. Thank you very much to my boy, Chris, the Bipolar Jedi, for having ourselves a fun conversation. Talked about music, which is not generally something I'm into normally, but you know, hey, listen, you can't complain a lot on that one. So we're gonna wind it down, call it out for the night, guys. We'll be back on tomorrow night, another episode of Hollywood After Dark. Oh my God, here we go again, M&Ms. Is it a bit? Is it real? Is it fake? I don't know. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Peace the fuck out.